Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we about to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. 716 make them pay me some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Postpodiumpodcast, sponsored by Reese Tea. Best tasting tea in town, I promise you. Link is in the description. Get you some right now. All right, this is the home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
I am disgruntled Melly Mack.
Ooh.
Disgruntled Melly Mack.
Ooh.
Usually it's me. Usually I'm the disgruntled guy. But disgruntled for different reasons. Today, actually, I might be disgruntled a little bit.
Yeah, are you disgruntled? I'm
grievances.
disgruntled.
However, we gonna pass on that. This is key right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to find out what we disgruntled about. Like,
I know you do.
Let's
Man.
dive into that. What we got going on?
All right, so listen. So I know it's draft season, right? Fantasy draft season. I did not know this going in, okay? So I was not aware of this coming in. So somebody asked me to join another guillotine draft. I'm like, all right, whatever. There was low money. I'm like, all right, okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, these aren't even free. You like, I'm just going to throw some more money at something else.
But it was like maybe like 25, whatever. It's not a lot of money, so whatever.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So then he texts me, I'm at church, right? Mm-hmm. He was like, yo, we got one more spot. So I said, I thought I already registered. He's like, oh, no, you good. He said, draft is in 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, man, I'm at church. I'm at the auto drive. So, all right, yeah, it's cool, right? That's all, right? So, click auto drive, what about my business? Mm-hmm. After church. Mm-hmm. So, mind you, this was what, 11?
Yeah.
After church, I opened the thing to see what happened. So apparently I had the first pick. I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So I auto drafted, but I got my boy, which I mean I wouldn't have took him first, but they gave me CD Lamb. McCaffrey went second.
Okay. Number one overall.
Yeah. So in this website,
He ain't even signed yet. Now.
In this website, he was the highest ADP, right?
Yeah.
The problem, after I got out of church, I looked at the draft. Mm-hmm. They were still on pick 5.
What kind of draft is this?
It's an auction draft?
No.
What kind of draft is this?
It's a regular draft, but I didn't know. So because of the people in the draft worked 365 and they worked all 3 shifts, they set the draft timer. I thought it was an accident, but it's not on accident. It was on purpose. So the draft timer is set to 6 hours per pick.
So it's still going on right now. You still drafting, right? Where you high right now? What pick?
6th round, 10th pick.
And I thought my draft the other time was long.
Bro, this started on Sunday. I am disgruntled right now.
I don't understand. I would be too, bro. Yeah. You literally been drafted for 3 days.
Yeah.
And I only drafted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 guys on my team.
And how many people on this team you're supposed to have?
So
all offense and
it's all offense, unfortunately.
Well, I mean all offense.
Yeah.
Like,
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 starters, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex, 1 tight end.
And then a defense and a kicker. No defense or kicker.
No defense, no kicker.
Well, at least it'll be done by sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, right. At this rate, what's today?
Today's Tuesday.
Friday.
About 6 hours per pick. Yeah.
Because you got the bench.
Well, it still takes 6 hours.
We got to get 14 people.
Ooh. Well, you figure you just got to take 6 hours. At some point, somebody's going to jump it.
Yeah, but
at some point, somebody's got a day off somewhere.
Yeah, but what if everybody else don't?
Exactly.
You gotta wait for this.
Somebody, so it's going to jump at some point. You're going to skip a 6 hour interval somewhere.
Right, yeah, dude.
But then you have to wait another 6 hours.
And because of the way my draft pick set up, I always got 2 picks because I hate the first pick. I hate the first and last pick. Those are the 2 worst positions to be in. I hate them.
100%.
Hey, Laura, ours is next 6 hours. You better hurry up.
So, yeah. Yeah.
No, Roy, no, stop it. Roy says 6 hours a pick? What the? Y'all wonder why I'm not interested in fantasy football.
No, Roy, we ain't nowhere near.
Hey, listen,
I wouldn't be interested.
I've been drafting a long time. This is the first time I have ever get in a situation like this?
I think I've seen like an hour or two. I have seen like an hour or two a pick.
Hour?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything over 2 minutes.
It didn't take that long, but I've seen it. But we didn't actually do it.
Bro. Wow, I'm gonna stay in my little pocket. It's convenient over here.
I think what it was is we had a lot of people from other countries in there too, so they had to.
Mack hurting, boy.
Yeah, they had to.
So wait, so what if you sleep?
Who's
Like,
sleeping
you only
6
got-
hours?
so
6
you-
hours of sleep? Wow,
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta wake up after 6 hours to check and make sure.
But
I did sleep
but
twice. Huh.
in my case, once I make my 2 picks, bro, I got 38 picks to go. So if I make a pick today, I'm probably not gonna make a pick till
Right, you
tomorrow.
can sleep for 3 days and be good. Oh
Yeah.
man.
That's exciting.
Like, granted, like
exciting.
everybody's not taking the 6 hours, but like, bro,
right. That's what I'm saying. You get that one.
sometimes some dude going 3
it's
hours,
gonna-
2
It's gonna be
hours.
one dude be like, "Yo, I missed my pick. How you miss? You got 6 hours. How you miss it? That's on you, fam."
Here's the thing, though. Nobody wants the auto draft. It's one person out of 18 that
It's
clicked
you.
auto draft.
And that's you. Oh, you're not. You took it off.
Because since I got 2 back to back, if I don't pick the right, it's a wrap because I got 40 picks to go before I can pick another one.
Right.
So, bro,
Wow.
That's exciting.
it's not. It's not exciting.
Slow down, Keith.
That's
Slow
It's
down.
not exciting.
Look,
captivating.
I can see you being excited about something like that. Like,
Yo, you
like
know that's
he
in
is
6
all
hours.
for these ridiculous accomplishments in life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yo,
I
it's-
was once part of a 2-week draft. Like,
Yo,
bro, why? Would you
Guinness
even
Book
sit-
of Records.
Exactly.
In 6 hours, I'm gonna fire the grill up. Go to the store, get a Lundy's book, read my Lundy's book. Figure
You
it out.
ain't even got a full 2 hours to sit here. What makes you think you got
I do
6
today,
hours?
Today I do. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Right. I'll give you that.
So
That is amazing. That is amazing. Roy said the season will be over before you build your team.
Are we going to be done
the
by
last
week
preseason
one?
game will be over by the time you finish that.
Probably not. Huh?
Last preseason game will be over before then.
Man.
It would have to be.
Yeah, pretty much. And if some, yeah, y'all
Wait,
let
when
that
do we
slow
play
down.
next?
Saturday.
Right.
Saturday at 1. So
Yeah,
if you let that play out 6 hours each,
Bro.
bam.
But I will be there This Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see none of my starters play, but I'll be in the house rooting.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there too.
Yeah.
Camera, you flashing on the fans. Mack, you sitting there. Like he ain't even watching the game. He can't. Because for some reason, all
dragged his
the
pictures up
got
now.
like extra time on this one day.
My
and they
pick is
all-
up now.
Right. Oh, I'm about to be up in 2 picks, which means 12 hours from
12
now.
hours.
Yeah. That's right. I hit my 2 picks, and now I can wait for 2 days.
You could.
Wow.
You could go radio silent for 2 more days. Yeah.
Wow. Are you going to do this again next year?
Yes.
No.
Look at him. Look at him.
No.
I can't, like, realistically, that has to be the reason why they came to you as desperate as they did. Like, bro, just hop in. Please, just hop in.
Yo, if it was an auction draft, you could have cleaned up.
That's true.
Oh, yo.
That's true.
Yo.
I would have put everybody up there. Bet.
$3.
Exactly.
Going
Sold.
once, going twice, nobody's mine.
This dude got Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. He got all these cats, and he still got $175. How?
Dream team, baby.
Oh, man.
Sorcery.
Is this league for money?
He forgot it's been so long.
Right. This is 3 days ago,
Yeah,
guys. I have no idea.
yeah. The winner, yeah, because it's a auction, it's a guillotine, so everybody's gonna get chopped out each week,
That's hilarious.
and it's 18 of us, bro.
What?
You got 6
Because you got to go for
pick
each
between that won't get cut.
week of the season before the playoffs.
Oh, that's right.
Yo, you
That's
better
right.
not be that first person to lose. You took 6 hours to
Yo.
pick your team, and
Yo.
you still lost the first week.
Yo.
Your life is a waste.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm the first one out,
Except you. Your life ain't
Yo.
a waste if it's you.
What you gonna do, bro?
hey, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yo,
bro.
you're right. I'm gonna tell you about this. I'm gonna, get a
I'm
shirt.
gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna have dude champions make me a shirt say, "Hey, what does 6 hours get you?"
Yo, Mack is gonna be in the backyard standing over a grill with no food on it, like just scraping the whole surface up.
Like, who wants some of what? There's nothing there.
And then my last, my one of the, so I picked pretty much all of them except for the first one, but one I had to pick under pressure because I was in the car and I
Wait,
wanted to
under
hurry to speed
pressure in
up.
6 hours?
Well, here's the thing, I wanted to speed up so he like,
Right.
so I'm driving, I'm like crap, like I'm scrolling real quick, I'm like I ain't got time. I'm like, all right, I'll just pick this dude. I could have waited.
You could,
But I didn't.
Yeah, you could have waited.
Dang.
I ain't want to be the guy who wait the whole 6 hours.
Somebody else gonna do it. They wouldn't even know.
Right.
They wouldn't even.
I would have just said, you know what? I'll get home when
I'll wait till I get home.
The man was like, I got a 6-hour nap ahead of me. Wait a minute. Whoa,
Especially
why
if it's people taking 2 or 3 hours to make a pick. Like, nah, y'all go wait.
They're like, yo, you going too fast. 2 hours, you going too fast. I had a nap plan.
Right. They probably looking at you like, yo, this dude desperate. Look at him. He really want to play.
They had a
I wanted the joint to be over.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
I would too.
The second it started and I found out it was 6 hours to pick, I wanted it over right then and there. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm out.
Right. I'm like, wait, when you guillotine, the person that loses, their team is up for grabs, right?
Yeah.
I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
And hope I won the first week, and I just taking whoever they had, whoever I could get.
That's it.
Screw that.
That is it.
Man,
That's a slow death.
it's rough.
That's
slow death.
That's essentially what I did after. Like once I realized in fantasy basketball
There we go with
that
this.
you had to.
Yeah.
I like this is my first time playing. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand what I was getting myself into. But for some reason, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna check it out. It can't be worse than fantasy football. I got 4 teams that I played the season last year. Man, I get into this thing. And it's like 4 games in 3 days, and I got I got to switch mad people on my team. There's players that ain't even playing for that game. Now I got to go find a replacement. But it's like, okay, but if this dude's a good player, right? Yeah, that dude's a good player. Like, as I was asking Judy, like, is this dude a good player? Yeah. Well, I don't want to get rid of him. Well, you got to if you want to get somebody that's actually gonna play tonight. Man. Well, what's the point of doing that if I got to what if somebody takes him? Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, yo, fantasy football don't do that. Like, everybody that's good, I keep them on my team.
Yeah.
Imagine a general manager per day. All right, you can make it today, but tomorrow I got to get somebody else because you ain't playing.
You just let it ride. Though. You really just let it ride. In basketball, you just got to let it ride.
I've known people who do that to just have empty spots.
Just say screw it.
Yeah.
Whoever don't play.
I do that. It equals itself out. Yeah, it equals itself out. Because I play 20 games, they play 20 games, and even if I'm not playing on Wednesday, I'm playing on Thursday and whatever. So it equals. It looks bad on that Tuesday when you way down.
Yeah.
But it comes back the next day.
Yeah. See,
and you got to think about this too. If you put in somebody that's not a good shooter, your free throw, if your field goal percentage number goes down, you lose that point. So you don't want to. You be like, yo, I'd rather not play somebody.
Damn.
See, I was thinking about it from a fantasy football perspective.
Mm-hmm. Right, you got to be in it to win it.
Right. If that space is empty, that means I ain't winning that week.
Right.
And if I ain't winning that week, that's a problem because I'm gonna be behind. I'm gonna be a game behind. I might not make the playoffs or whatever. Like
very strategic.
Yeah, because it's in spite of like I say like Curry is like he's hurt or something or he's not playing. That has a defect on a team's status as points overall. So if you're just doing just points, then it only goes by field goals, free throws, assists, points, rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Okay.
if you got 2 people off,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you got 4 players that's giving you 30 points.
Yep.
It won't be enough because that person can have like 50 points and it won't be enough.
That's why I
Yeah,
changed.
see,
that's why I took the points off and made it field goals and three pointers. I didn't put points on there. I made it.
Okay.
I gave him 3 points for a made 3-pointer and 2 points for a made 2, and negative 0.5 for every shot.
Damn.
So you know what I did? I was looking at my phone. I was like, Keyshawn,
Never again.
tried, bro. It's too much.
The whole time I'm in like 2 or 3 leagues, and I got a hockey one. Hockey's the same as this.
Yeah.
So I'm doing 2 basketballs and a hockey. He's like, yo, fam.
Nope.
He's like,
Nope.
I checked out.
But now I still got 4 drafts I got to do. 4 fantasy football drafts I got to do. It's our
Absolutely
league,
not.
2 more. Well, our league and one other league that I'm in drafts this Saturday. I got another one of drafts next Saturday, and then I got another one that me and you are in that doesn't even have a draft date yet.
Right. I'm like, is this a thing or what's happening with that one?
Yeah. So I mean,
If they don't, I'm good without it. But
yeah. Laura says draft week. Woo woo! I was just practicing when you snuck this show in. We ready?
oh, you got that thing ring-a-ling-a-ling. That's what's up.
Oh,
That thing ring-a-ling-a-ling. Yes.
Woo! Laura, you got called out. You gotta
She got it
respond.
on there.
You gotta respond. All right, Key, what you got, man?
What am I grieving about?
Yeah,
Okay,
what you burning
so,
about, man?
As you know, we weren't here yesterday for a reason. because you guys are gracious enough to push the show back because I was out of the country.
Yeah.
Well, I was in America North. Good old Canada. Now, this is the thing about Canada, okay? Toronto especially. You think you're deep in, you got the melting pot, the set and third. I'm good on Toronto. I'm good on them. This time, I think I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, they off-put me up there. Where are the accents? If you ain't got no accent, I ain't hear no A, nothing. Rico.
Nah.
What's up with your people? You said Newfie accents. You said you had Toronto accents, Ottawa accents. Where are the accents? The same reason I don't like going to Texas. You go to Texas, on there, people lock them doors and turn them lights. No, I want to hear that.
You want the authentic.
I want to hear the twang. I want to.
They don't do that no more.
No, you got to go into the places I can't go in order to hear that.
Oh, well, that's probably.
You gotta, no, I want to hear that. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm robbed of an experience. I go
because nobody was saying A.
We went to a Jamaican beef patty spot. First and foremost, we had to find the Commerce building, right? Mm-hmm. Go downstairs to a food court, right? To get to the beef patty spot, okay? Mm-hmm. The Asian dude is selling me beef patties.
No Rastaman?
No Rastaman. Everything not Irie.
No.
They don't do that up there, bro.
This is the kick. He tells me, they got the little dots on there, and he's like, this is for spicy, this is for extra spicy. I said, you know what? I don't want to go too far off the deep end. We know Dr. Bird's all that stuff. So I'm like, let me get the regular. And he's like, me and Ken, we gonna get the non-spicy. I said, cool, okay. And then I said, I looked at it, and I got this funny money. I'm like, yo, this is colorful money. I got to get rid of some of this. So I'm like, for $5 extra, I can get 6 more patties. Throw me 1 extra spice in it. He was like, don't do it. I said, I got to see what's about. If it's too much, I'm going to throw it out. Dude was like, he's like, nah, it ain't spicy. He said, it ain't ethnic spicy. He said, it's like, just put a little pepper in there spicy. Man, when I bit that thing, it
tore you up?
Man, it didn't even do nothing.
Nothing?
It didn't. Man,
He's like, where the spice at?
The non-spicy had a negative spice reading.
Like, this is sweet.
Why is this sweet? This is not savory at all. The regular spicy was like, but it didn't. When you open a bona fide beef patty, all the crumbs fall in your lap.
Yeah.
Nah, this was the neatest beef patty ever. Neatest beef patty.
They even had no grease in the paper.
They gave me to a donut box.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it came in a donut box. It came in like the little. Yeah.
Nah, they don't do it right.
I think they call it pastries.
Yeah, they ain't doing it right.
Yeah, turnovers, a beef turnover. I don't want no beef turnovers. So we get up there, right? And the first day, whatever, we get to the hotel. And yesterday we get to I'm on the couch because the bed, we had a king size bed that T thinks me and Ken and her are gonna lay in it. I did the first night, my hips was thrown away, my back was thrown away. I said, the hell with this. I don't care what you think about me. I'm not sleeping in here. I slept on the couch last night. Wow. Right? So I'm on the couch, they in bed, and Ken comes and gets my phone. He's like, Dad, I need some YouTube. I said, fam, we're in term fam. Hey, they say fam up there. Why don't they? Anyway.
Wait, do they really?
Somewhere. When I watch a lot of stuff on Toronto accents stuff, they say fam all the time. But anyway, Ken comes out. He's like, let me see your phone. I said, I never let you use my phone for YouTube because I don't want you messing my algorithm up. I don't want to watch Linky Box and all those other BS that's on there. So he takes it to the back and he's laying down. Next thing you know, boop, boop, boop. Attention. A fire alarm has been pulled on floor 7. We're on floor 15. Please stand by for further. I'm like,
come on.
Ken, come out. What's going on? What's going on? Oh my God, are we gonna die? I'm like, dude, no, we're not gonna die. We're not. Well, what are they saying? What do we do? We had to run. I'm like, we can't run.
T, what did you do to that boy?
I'm like, we can't run. He's like, I'm stressed. I'm like, Ken, go lay down. Mom ain't stressed. I'm not stressed. We're not gonna let that happen to you.
Right.
What do they mean? So after about an hour, this is like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
Great. Even better.
No, I'm not leaving them alone. Because 1 in the morning, they're in the pajamas, and I think I was in mine too, but I'm just, I'm ready for whatever. Because I sleep in my basketball shorts, and I could play a pickup basketball game in my pajamas if I wanted to.
Right.
But so, they come on eventually, and we're sorry. It was a false alarm. The fire department came and everything. He's like, okay. So what would he have done if it would have been a fire? We would have Amuska. How? They got stairs, Ken. We have stairs in the building? I'm like, dude, you know what? Never mind. I got to get my electronics. I got to get my electronics. I can't go without. I'm like, the first thing you think about is your Nintendo Switch?
Yeah. I got games to play tomorrow.
For a 7-year-old, that's...
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What
That's
about
my stuff.
I'm like, my car keys? I'm like, get your shoes on just in case we got to get up out of here.
We get more
what about
shoes.
my Switch, Dad?
You
Where's
know
my
what
case?
You know what that's like? That's like somebody saying it's a fire going on. Don't worry about putting your socks on, Key. Run out the building.
He like, oh,
But I'd be in the shower though. I would be dripping wet with socks when outside. Like you know what's happening.
got them socks on though.
Hey, yo, speaking of socks, this is going back to football. Did you see Mack Hollins' interview?
No.
I give this man credit. I put it on my Twitter.
Uh-oh.
This man knows. They asked him, "Where would you wear socks, or where would you go barefoot?" They were like, "Would you go barefoot in this place?" He was like, "Yeah." Would you go barefoot in? I think it was like a children's school. He was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Would you go barefoot in a public bathroom?" Yeah.
What? Oh, whoa.
They said, "Would you go barefoot in the airport?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "I tried to kick me out." I'm like, "Yo." He knows where he's allowed. Huh? Yeah, because you got no shoes, no shirt, no service. You know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I think the reason why they keep you up is how you feel about it.
Then they asked him.
It could be that.
They asked him, about Trader Joe's. Can you go to Trader? He's like, "Nope, they don't let me in either." I'm like, he's like, "I've tried." I said, "Yo, this dude is certified.
Yeah.
This dude, he knows."
Yeah.
And if you just talk about it and don't really be about it, you don't know what he knows about the shoeless game.
Bruh.
He's
Yo,
grounded.
y'all ever see his social media page?
No.
Bro,
Is it OnlyFans or just free?
Yo,
What?
his
What?
his Instagram.
I got to know because if he's showing foot pictures all the
No,
time
no,
on
no.
social
It's
media,
his Instagram. Yo,
Okay.
He is a wealth of knowledge, bro.
is he? Okay.
Each
I
day
believe
is something
that.
different.
I believe that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about the deck of cards, the history of the deck of cards. I'm like, yo, I didn't know that. Boom, how to change this. Did you know about this? I'm like, man, look at my man Matt. You a wealth of knowledge, man. He got so much knowledge, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
this dude, I like this dude.
Oh, when you know that he looked like he walking around with a dashiki with charms on it.
Yep.
Them
Yo,
jewels, the emeralds. and
he
stuff.
knows
Flowy
a
shirts
lot.
with the V-neck cut out.
The Eric Benet edition.
Bro, he knows a lot. But yo, here's the thing though. This is why I appreciate him. This man is a multi-millionaire NFL football player. He putting out videos like every other day on random stuff. Why? Because he cares.
You know what's funny about that though? He's also in his 30s. You know what kind of fortitude you have to get on Instagram in your 30s? You're like, yo, I'm about to film this.
or he could be paying a social media manager to do that.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
it don't matter because I could pay somebody to film me. I'm just like, yo, put the camera down, fam. I don't want to do it today. I'll be missing stuff. I would pay you to miss stuff by mistake. Like, yo, you didn't show up. Oh, that was today? My bad.
I am now disgruntled over this whole conversation.
You're disgruntled.
This
You
Mack
wish
Hollins
you hadn't
stuff.
done it, don't you?
Huh?
You wish you hadn't indulged in what we were mad about, aren't you?
He's
like, yeah, kinda.
not the Mack. Everything else, yes, I'm glad we indulged in that, but not the Mack Hollins stuff.
No?
I was gonna leave Mack Hollins out of it because I put him in the topic. He's also the thumbnail. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
Nope. This is all organic.
well, so I'll put it this way, and let's just get into it now because I don't see another good time when this is gonna come up. But
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. It's quite all right.
Sorry.
But the question is, Mack Hollins' influence on the team, is it good or bad for the team? Or I'll say, is it good or bad for the team? And is it good or bad as a whole for where the franchise is and wants to go? Right? I think what bothers me about his influence is it's not his wealth of knowledge, which I greatly appreciate. It's not his backstory, which I greatly appreciate. I think it's what it speaks to, and we talked about this on, I think we were texting on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, we were texting.
But what bothers me about this and what it really revealed to me was the real motive behind why Sean wanted to get rid of Stephon Diggs so badly.
That's why I said, because I thought about it.
Yeah.
I remember
So
this now.
so for me, when I look at guys like Keon Coleman walking around with no shoes, Khalil Shakir walking around with no shoes. Hearing about all these other players that are, grounding or earthing. They're earthing now, and they're, doing all this other stuff that Mack Hollins does. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, people like Mack Hollins are usually infectious because people like to be edified. Mm-hmm. And he is a person who has done the work to edify himself to be able to edify others. So I understand who he is. I understand what he's about, and I appreciate him as a person. I try to be that way as much as possible.
You like the ground?
Huh?
You like the ground?
I actually like earthing. I don't like wearing shoes that much.
I understand.
But I think for the Buffalo Bills, it's very revealing in a sense that if Stephon Diggs would have still been here and Mack Hollins was in the building, you wouldn't hear as much about people walking around barefoot and stuff like that. You would be hearing about what Stephon Diggs has got to say about the state of the franchise and losing Jordan Poyer and losing Micah Hyde and where that puts the team and all that kind of stuff. And I like realistically, this is all stuff that I'm sure Sean saw coming last year, which is why he tried to get him out of the door last year, right? And eventually, with the changing of the offense and all that kind of stuff, as I reported before, Diggs eventually got to the point where he was like, you know what, get me out of here, right? And Sean was happy to oblige that because I don't want you influencing this new, crop of guys I got coming in here right? So when you look at the turnover of the staff, when you look at the turnover of the players on the team, it's a no-brainer. Like, this is why Sean didn't want Diggs here. Think about it like this. Would Josh even be saying half the things he's saying about it was a soft decision by Sean to not play him in that Steelers game on live TV? He would have never said anything like that if Diggs was still here. He's got the freedom and the space to speak up now because there is nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think there's anybody else on this team that has the status in the league to be able to go toe-to-toe with Josh Allen. Diggs was the only one, right? So knowing that, I'm certain now that that's why Sean wanted him out. And I think that's the other half of the equation that really didn't get covered. We know why Diggs wanted out, but this is why Sean wanted him out because it's clear. Sean doesn't have the influence over the team that he wants to have. And if guys like Mack Hollins can come in and so easily influence everybody and get them all wearing barefoot, barefoot shirts, Mack Hollins barefoot shirts, you know what I mean? And walking around barefoot, like anybody, any other player with any kind of conviction about anything could have come in and done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it says to me. It didn't necessarily have to be a barefoot thing. It could be somebody coming in and deciding I go bald because the air is good for my head. And
could you imagine the whole wide receiver room being bald? That'd be insane.
You know what I'm saying? But like that to me is like you got a bunch of young impressionable guys.
Yeah. Well, not even that, because you got some older guys in there, but none of them don't have the status to say anything.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel.
Right.
KJ Hamler, Isabella's people. I mean, they're young in football, some of them, but some of them have been around MVS. But nobody's listening because guess what? If you look at, I was talking to Rev earlier, my guy Rev. Let me shout him out. We were talking when I was still across the border, and it came up that now we have to worry about what happens if Josh. Josh goes down, we're screwed. Why is it that you have Josh Allen, and our fans say as long as you have Josh Allen, you have a chance? Now you look at what happens now. Sean McDermott is too afraid to and this is not conjecture. Sean McDermott is too afraid to play starters because of all the losses.
Yep.
Why are we stockpiled at offensive line? Why are we stockpiled at safety? Why are we not stockpiled at wide receiver? Where your best asset is going to use them in an offense, in a system that he does best. Throw the ball. You give him MVS, KJ Hamler, Isabella, Claypool, and you thought he was going to be something. Exactly. Brian Thompson. You thought Shaver is going to be something. But the thing is, like you always say, this is a media thing. This is always about media and how they build upon, what's good for you. Let me tell you what's good for you. No, No other team would do this with Josh Allen. No other team would stockpile defensive tackles the way we did.
Yeah.
No other team would do that. And I can understand, okay, we didn't play Josh. That's fine. But guess what? And I don't know where we're going, but I'm gonna touch on it. That offense didn't look good.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
You agree, or you think they looked all right? Offense,
Last game,
last two.
they look better than the first.
Well, it looked better than first, but my point is, are you ready to say, put a stamp on it? We good to go.
That's preseason.
Well, what I'm saying is, you got Josh Allen with no reps to his number one, number two.
Yeah.
There's no live action,
So
and he's not going to get it.
So I saw an interview, which I was going to bring it up, but again, it's a good segue.
My bad.
Take it.
It was a former coach, Ron Rivera. We all know him, right? Mm-hmm. Redskins coach. Commanders coach and Carolina's coach. They asked him a question about not playing the starters. It was like, there's a bunch of coaches who are not playing starters. What do you think about it? Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about playing or not playing the starters in preseason? And what he said, it made a lot of sense. He says, first of all, it all depends on I'm paraphrasing, it all depends on the dynamic of the team.
Yep.
He said, if you have a bunch of new people, they need the preseason because they got to learn how to play.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not saying that they can't play football, but they got to learn how to play in the NFL at this level and play what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
He said, however, if you got a bunch of guys who are coming back, you don't really need to play them because you already know what they can do. You already know they can play. So that's more for the people who you don't know to make the team, which I agree with. Then he said this, though, as a defensive coordinator, he was on the team. I forgot what team it was. He said, we did not blitz one time out of the whole preseason. Not once. Mm-hmm. He said when the season started, week 1, we started blitzing. Yeah. He said we wasn't good at it till week 3.
Right.
So he was like, you know what I did the next year? We blitzed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He said other coordinators and coaches came over. They was like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, it's preseason.
Right.
He was like, yeah, my players got to learn how to play football. This is preseason for. They got to learn how to play.
Yep.
So, like, that makes sense to me. Like, yeah, if you got starters who you know it can do, yeah, okay, fine. But for the guys who don't know, like, you have to let them play. You got to teach them because guess what? Same thing's going to happen. You don't do this in preseason, week 1, they're not going to be good at it.
Yeah.
Why? Because they haven't been doing it. And, like, I know people say, oh, well, you got scrimmages and you got practice. It's not the same speed, man. Right. Yeah. Like, playing in a real game is different from practice. I don't care who you playing with. Secondly, when you practicing, you're not trying to take your other player's team off. Like that's your guy.
Right.
That might be playing on opposite sides of the ball, but you're not really trying to put him out.
Right. Right.
Let somebody come up with another team and like you trying to take his head off. Like that's a whole different game. Like you playing hard, so it's a whole different attitude when it comes to the preseason. So I think he's 100% correct. Like you got people kept saying, man, why the Bears look so good? Bro, they got a young quarterback who never played before. Like, they got to play him. Yeah. Like, they got to play the team. Of course they look good. They supposed to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really worried about the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that offense, the defense is going to carry this team. I already know it is. They're going to carry the team because, like I said, there's nobody with oomph other than Josh and maybe Spencer Brown on the offense, but that's it. Like, there's nobody bringing any energy or bringing any oomph to the team. So,
yeah, I agree. I think what you said was where I am with it. Only new players is used differently in my mind. MVS to me is a new player.
Yeah,
you know, Claypool, even though he's had 4 years in the league, he's a new player. Yeah. Hamler, new. They're all, and the thing is, these are the guys that you brought in. And I don't want to call them inferior because that's unfair to them. But let's call it what it is. You're inferior.
They're not the cream of the crop of the league.
You're not Stephon Diggs.
No.
You're not Gay. And everybody, Trubisky looked terrible. Wonder why? His chemistry with the number ones is off because he doesn't play with the number ones.
Yeah.
So when Josh comes in week 1 and they're like, why is he missing that? Because he doesn't know the timing.
Yeah.
He didn't play in the preseason.
Yeah.
And that's why Josh wanted to play last week because he knows this, but his coach doesn't.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to get on that field and win.
What's going to happen when they have to play in a rainy game?
Exactly.
Like, listen, just stay in the pocket. Don't run around.
He like, man.
You want to save your ankles. Be
He's
smart.
like, man, up your nose with a rubber hose. I'm running. That's what he's saying. Straight up. Because the thing is, this is it. He was out there with shoulder pads on. Josh is the same guy that ran for a first time I got pulled in the first game. He don't care about none of that.
Right. He ready to go.
Yep.
Whether you a Josh man, whether you think he's all right, whether you think he's a gumdrop, you got to respect the dude want to play football.
Yeah.
And the guys that you're giving him right now, me and Rev were talking about this. In week 2 of the preseason, you shouldn't be sitting here saying, if Josh goes now, we're done. No! You have no weapons. That's what it tells me.
Well, now we got Anthony Brown. We're set for the season now.
Whoa! Benanucci and Anthony Brown. Whoa!
Exactly. Yep.
So let me ask you this, Key, because I'm starting to lean towards the opposite opinion. But I was remember we had the same opinion. Like, bro, why don't we draft a second round? I mean, a backup quarterback just in case Josh goes down. But now, what do you think about this theory? Take any of the top quarterbacks, they go down. Do you expect that team to still go? For example, like if they were a Super Bowl bound team, if that quarterback goes down, do you expect that team to still go with the backup?
The Bengals and the 49ers, I think, can do it.
With a backup?
Yeah. The Bengals did it last year. They won games with their backup against tough teams. And the 49ers are quarterback machine.
Quarterback by Mr. Irrelevant.
They can just about plug anybody in.
But
So,
no, I get what you're saying.
So the 49ers maybe, but the Bengals
I get what you're saying.
they didn't make the playoffs.
No, definitely not.
yeah,
but they were already so far behind by the time.
Your question is valid. I mean, but this is where I'm with it. I want a guy that I can groom up and say he has a shot.
Yeah.
At being that Joe. Joe Milton's a nobody right now. But what if he does become something?
Right.
We could have had him in the 6th round for 4 years.
That's true.
Whereas we've been messing around with Case Keenum. We've been messing around with Kyle Allen.
Matt
who's going to
Barkley.
get cut. Matt Barkley. Trubisky twice.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You obviously don't want something that could be. You want something that you know what it is, and you want to tell us it's something different than what it actually is.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right. I think that's a good point, Key. Like
That's
not
what I think
like you don't
about
want him to play,
Yeah.
but you want him the opportunity to become something better than what he is.
Has
Has
I
a
want
shot.
an
Yeah.
unknown. If you're going to draft somebody late, make it an unknown.
Right.
What you got?
Uh-oh.
Who do we sign now?
No, we didn't sign anybody.
Comments.
I'm in shock now. Laura had to clarify. Okay, all right. I was about to get on Laura because she said our backups are trash, and then she went with the little asterisk QB. All right, okay, Laura. I was about to get her. I was about to get her.
I will say this to you, Laura. I will say this. I watched the game, and I'm not going to be able to give you guys as much as I usually do. If you think I give you, because I only watched it once, then I had to leave. And this is another thing. Can I side note this real quick?
Yeah.
I did not know that I had NFL Plus here. So I watched the game on Saturday. We left Sunday. I'm like, cool. When they go to bed, I'm gonna pull the tablet. I took the tablet, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna study and see what's going on. When you go to Canada, you have to buy something called DPSN or something like DZSN. An extra $17 a month because of the NFL Network in Canada International.
Are you
can't
kidding
watch
me?
it.
Yes.
So you got to buy the Zone. That's what that is. The
Is
Zone.
that what it is?
Yeah.
You got to buy that.
What?
I said absolutely not. Close out. I can
Only
watch
offered
all
as a
my.
package up there.
That's crazy.
I can watch all my WNBA.
Yep.
I can watch all my NBA from last season. I can watch anything I want, but I put that on.
Oh no, not the NFL.
No.
They're exclusive.
Not when they still got Canadian Football League up there.
I was going to put that on. I'm going what the Eskimos up to? What are Argonauts looking at?
Right. We got a bunch of comments here. I want to address the
I don't have a higher stop at 8 today. That's okay. I know
Okay,
we got to get
all
out.
right.
I don't have a higher stop at 8.
So we got time. Let me see. So Roy says as long as he can, he's referring to Mack Hollins. He said as long as he can catch a football, I'm good with Hollins. Steve says the difference between the Bills and Steelers, Bills got luck at QB. Pitt actually got stars at D-line. Both teams out of touch with 2024. Both will suck. Laura says Mack is influencing people because he's unique and charismatic. That's not his fault. If McD is practicing culture hiring, that's a McD problem. No, I agree.
Agreed.
Again, I don't want this to be taken as like I have an issue with Mack Hollins. I think my issue is just with Sean McDermott allowing this, but not allowing Stephon Diggs' influence that would have been here had Stephon Diggs still been on the team. I mean, Diggs has never been, outspokenly negative on the team. His thing has always been, I expect better. I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
The problem with Diggs, his first diva action was not answering questions fully the way they wanted him to. He he didn't answer questions all the time. Like he wouldn't have.
Oh,
a
is
press
that what it
conference.
was? So,
Well, he
people,
would
so
have-
people had personal issues with
Yeah,
it.
he would have press conferences. It's not the reporters. You're not press row.
Yeah.
But like they didn't like how he answered stuff because he didn't give you the McDermott answer. He said, he'd give you an answer. He'd answer it. Like with
Right.
Sean McCoy.
Right.
McCoy, he didn't give you the McDermott
Right.
answer. He didn't give you, he just said, you know what?
Yep.
This is how I'm feeling right now. And that's how Diggs was. What'd you say? Okay. All right, cool. Next question.
Lynch ain't answer nothing.
Hey, yo,
Right.
exactly. Well, they got him out of there though.
They got him out of here.
They set up some young girl to get hit by his car, and then they got him out. No, I'm just playing.
They got him out. No, they got him out. You're right.
So
Yeah,
I feel-
not that, but yeah.
I feel like, man, like one thing I don't like about the fans is that I feel like we pick on the players when they're like I said, when he's not on the team, they picking on the players. Where it's not, I don't think it's the players' fault, man. Like, I don't think Diggs is a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not like what he did, or you might not agree with what he did, or how he viewed things, but that don't make him a cancer. That don't make him a problem. He's just a passionate person.
Yep.
Right? Like, guarantee you, like, if you see me outside in the neighborhood, whatever, and I'm pissed off at somebody, I'm arguing, your impression is like, oh, look at Millie Mack, man. Oh man, right? But you don't know what was going on in that situation,
Right.
Right?
Somebody could have just talked about your mama or something.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't know the content. So like, I refrain from like judgment on players with like, oh, he's this and he's that. Like, no, man. Like people, they especially you a wide receiver, they saying it about Ayuk. Oh, he's a head case. He's a problem. First he wants to play. Now he don't want to play. Like, bro, he just want to get paid, bro. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, he want to get paid. And the majority of the time, the franchises, sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't. Like, take, for example, the Cowboys. The Cowboys never pay, bro. They never pay. You know what I'm saying? That's why Zeke left the first time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't pay. And they hold the players by like, hey, we're not paying, what you going to do? Like, why do that? They play for you, give them the money, pay them.
exactly.
They worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That really irks my nerves. I forget. I might have been texting you. I don't know what I was doing because I did have a couple beers and I wasn't feeling good on Saturday. But I just got really miffed at how much people were like, oh, not a Diggs is going. Josh can do. Josh is a grown ass man. Josh is a $258 million grown ass man. Mm-hmm. I don't care about his feelings. If you got feelings, I don't care about them. And I feel differently about you because this is a business.
Yeah.
Your only job is to make me look good if I'm Josh Allen. That's why most quarterbacks have egos. Mm-hmm. That's why you got Russell Wilson. That's why you got Tom Brady. That's why you got these guys that's untouchable because they have egos. They know how good they are. You're telling me right now, Josh is that fragile that they hurt his widow feelings? They hurt his itty-bitty widow? No, they didn't. And Stephon Diggs is over in Texas and Houston doing his own thing, minding his own business. Not talking about Buffalo, but we still try to figure out ways to talk about him. Yep. Still try to figure out ways. Who's next?
Yep.
Who's the next player?
The next player who we get rid of, oh, he was a problem for the
Exactly.
jump. Like, no.
Yo, you cheer. Promise me you didn't cheer for him when he was in Buffalo catching touchdowns.
Bro, look at all the line. Look at all the lawn signs.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Promise
When
me.
he left,
We love
threw that joint in
14
the
plus,
garbage.
14 plus 17 equals 6. No, promise me when did the vitriol happen?
yeah.
What's shocking to me is nobody really said anything about Gabe Davis leaving at all.
Why did they?
Well,
Hey,
no.
You're like, yeah,
playoff game, baby. That's playoff game.
I just mean like
No, I'm just messing with you.
literally drunk fans are throwing snowballs at this dude by the time he got to his very last game with the team, and nobody got on those fans about it. From what I heard, like it was just okay because everybody kind of came to this conclusion that he's not worth the money he's going to be asking for, so he can leave.
Mm-hmm.
And the fickleness of the mentality behind that.
That's it.
When everybody loved Gabe Davis while he was here.
Yep.
He never said anything wrong, never did anything wrong, wasn't nearly as inconspicuous as or I shouldn't say inconspicuous. He wasn't as dodgy as Stephon Diggs was with the media. You know what I mean? He always presented himself. He was always up front. And he always gave you the company line. So people were like, I'm cool with Gabe Davis.
Right.
But he leaves after giving us one, maybe two great games, And I'm thinking of the Colts game and the 4-touchdown game in the playoffs.
I'm going to say one, but you okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey,
You great game?
put some respect on my man
it.
Gabe,
When
dog.
they say we play, name it.
Put some respect on my man Gabe, dog.
Right. But here is the funniest part about it. People jump on Stephon Diggs' back all day long about his playoff numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's getting on that bandwagon. Oh, Stephon Diggs in the playoffs. What is Sean McDermott in the playoffs? What exactly is his track record? What has his decision making been like in the playoffs? Yeah. Can anybody sit here and say with any realness in their chest that Sean McDermott is a much better playoff performer than Stephon Diggs? So why the hell are we taking sides?
Because
we have no right to do that.
Because he broke the drought, and that's all people care about. We're all sitting here in our JV jerseys. That's it. We're all sitting in our JV jerseys saying what happened. What can happen is not what happened. We've been there. I've benched 315. I'm not going to go the next 20 years telling people I've benched 315.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to get 405 now. I'm trying to get 450. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm moving forward. My plateau is not behind me. My plateau is always ahead of me. And Buffalo as a fandom does not have that mentality where we have to keep getting to the next benchmark.
Right.
The next benchmark is always divisional championship or divisional championship.
Yep.
And then it's got to be AFC championship. That should be the floor.
Yep.
And the thing is, if you don't get to that point and say, we lost it in a division, it's not good enough. And I think I said that a long time ago. It's a failure to me.
Yeah.
Because we've done it. We've seen it.
The problem though is if you look at the history from when the Bills played in the AFL days, right? Here's a stat that I probably didn't know. How many Bills coaches have won a playoff game since the franchise opened?
I would say
2.
since
3.
So from McDermott all the way back.
No, from like the AFL all the way till now.
No, I'm saying McDermott all the way back.
Yeah.
So I would say
I say 3.
4.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is 4 coaches in 50 years.
And the funny thing is, 60.
60?
Almost 60.
Yeah,
The
right.
funny thing
24,
thing about this is it's 4 coaches. That's good. How many coaches do we have?
Exactly.
Exactly.
We ain't.
And I think that's what fans are holding on to, which I don't blame them. I understand it. I really do. I get it. However, we made that comment on the show plenty of times. We have never had a quarterback like that ever. Like, don't get me wrong. Jim Kelly was a beast.
Yeah, but
he's not Josh.
But he's not Josh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, like, I get it. From our history of being a Bills fan, especially if you are old-time Bills fans, there's only been 4 coaches that ever even won a playoff game. Probably 2 coaches that won multiple, right? So it's like if he goes, what are we going to get next, right? But guess what? We still got Josh, right? We still got – our defense is not terrible. They decent. You know what I'm saying? We still got pieces that can – put together that we could put on a run, but it's just like it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight.
This is my gig with that. When people say, it's been 4 coaches, that's good. We're not Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's had, 5 coaches in the last 60 years?
Yeah, but I think we had like over 20-something coaches, man.
We've had a million coaches between Marv Levy and Sean McDermott. So, and the thing, and this is what I'm posed to you. I just thought about this. And it's not because you said it, but it's because everybody says it. Because we got Josh, we're okay. Do you think the Patriots said that? We got Tom, we're good. Don't matter anything else on the team? No. It was always somebody else. Belichick.
Right.
It was Gronk.
Right.
You think when Mahomes over there, you don't know. We got Andy Reid. We got this.
Right.
No other team that I can think of in the history of ever has always said, we got one player, so we're good. We're set. Don't worry about who he got. He's good out there.
Right. The problem is they build around that piece.
That's what they do.
They build around the piece.
That's what they do.
Right.
We just sit here, not us, but we sit here and say, we got that one piece.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Right.
You should be giving them CD Lamb.
You got to build them. You got to build around it. You got to.
Stephon Diggs, if I was building Stephon Diggs, would have been my number 3 if I could have helped it.
Yeah.
Because I would have had the top 2 would have been that damn good.
Yeah. And like football is not like any other sport. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you say basketball, you could build a team with one player. Like that player, think about it. He's playing offense and defense. Like you could run the whole offense through that one player.
Closer.
He can go 1-on-1. He can go 1-on-2. Like LeBron, if you can't check that man 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen. But in football, it's not. You can't do that in football.
But watch this. You take the GOAT. GOAT of GOATs. I don't care who you think the GOAT is.
Yeah.
Jordan will say right now.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not even a Jordan fan, I'll say
Yeah.
that. What did he win by himself?
Nothing.
Exactly. The greatest player of all time. Possibly the most influential athlete in the history of athleticism. Couldn't win by himself. So why is Buffalo saying, "Guy Josh, we're good"?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a great point. We got a lot of good comments I want to get to really quick, but I want to play a quick game.
Twister.
Remember that show back in the day, Mad TV? And they had that show Spy versus Spy?
Yep.
We're going to do Steve versus Steve. I want you to tell me which one is which.
Steve versus Steve.
Steve versus Steve, all right? The first one is, don't answer yet. I got to read both. The first one is, the first one is, how many games does it take for Bills fans to realize that a defensive-minded at coach can't win with the current NFL pivoting offense? How many, right? Here's the second one. The Jugs machine is our best backup QB currently. It's really hard to evaluate wide receivers if Josh is not throwing the ball.
Can I answer now?
Yes.
I think Steve Lynn is one, and Noble is the second.
Yep.
The second was a little nicer. The second one didn't cut as deep. He was mad, but he wasn't that mad.
Oh man, whenever I get comments from both of them, we're just gonna play that game because it's hilarious.
I love it.
All right, so next we got Roy up. He says, I'm not concerned that Josh had barely any reps in preseason. Superman never practiced flying before he jumped out of a 10-story window. Yeah,
Let's go.
that's a
Okay.
nice comparison.
Okay.
That's a nice comparison.
Yeah.
Sinke, I actually liked the second comment third comment that he sent, but I'll read this one. He said, this should be McDermott last season due to the fact that he's not evolving in decision-making. No wide receiver, just regular guys. How are you competing for a Super Bowl with Hamlin, MVS? The answer is you're not. Not this year. Not this
Wait,
year.
is that Hamler or Hamlin?
Hamlin.
I'm thinking he meant Hamlin.
He might have meant Hamlin.
I'm thinking so.
He might have meant
Only because, Hamlin is on defense and he's hurt, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Hamlin. But no, going back to the Superman comment, he never jumped out that window with a cape.
That's true, too.
No wide receivers had cape.
He was scared of heights if he was Clark Kent, boy.
Man.
Exactly. I really like this comment here, though, from Sinke. He says, I think Diggs knew something. Think how you cut Trey for being unavailable, but keep Matt after the same reason.
And the same
Matt?
case said?
Yeah, Sinke.
Think about all the other ones that he did that too.
Yeah.
I text you and joke about that. Well, now we're in the same group chat, so I text both of y'all equally. But yeah, it doesn't add up. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth at this point in time because your best availability, but Damar Hamlin is fighting for a job until now. He's the only one that's been lining up at safety at every practice. You got who else are we talking? Matt Milano's still on the team.
Yep.
Von Miller's still there. You know, he had a year off, but he's still there.
Yep.
Could have replaced him easily.
Trey is the best comparison for this argument with Matt Milano because both were all pros.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like one accomplished any more than the other. I mean, if you look at it, their statistical impact is just about the same too in terms of like interceptions and tackles for loss and stuff like that.
Only difference I would say is when Trey White came back, he was not the same player.
True.
Right.
That's the only thing. So we would have to see if Matt Milano, if he does come back,
Right.
if he can play at the same level, then I would expect the same treatment. If
probably-
you're not the same dude, hey,
I
gotta
probably
go.
forgot what his great years were like. I have to go back on NFL Plus in America and watch it because I don't remember Matt Milano on the field for like 16. But let me go back to that though because I was thinking as I didn't misspeak, but I didn't try to point I went at home. Damar Hamlin, availability, right? Mm-hmm. Why is he still fighting for the safety spot with Mike Edwards, who hasn't practiced but twice?
Yeah,
the whole time.
Mike Edwards should not even be in the conversation.
Why is it? Yeah, why is he even a thing? Why is that?
If Claypool got bought out, why hasn't Edwards gotten bought out yet?
because McDermott said him and
Ralph?
Bishop
Bishop.
are probably going to be ready week 1.
What?
But that's the thing. He's not available before week 1. So why is it, according to him,
How does he even know what to do when he gets on the field?
Bishop I can see because Bishop was a backup anyway.
But Edwards, man, he's a vet. Like,
Watch out now.
He's a vet. He played. Like, he played on championship teams. Like,
But then why even bring in Kareem Jackson? Because Kareem Jackson's a vet. Kareem Jackson's been around longer than Mike Edwards has.
But I'm saying, like, you got to bring in depth. You got to.
Yeah, but a guy like Kareem Jackson can still compete. He can still complement a team. And this, like, I'm not trying to knock your point. I'm just thinking out loud, like in my head, like what is it about Mike Edwards that he has to be on this team?
You know, I ain't got no answer for you.
Right. That's the part that's killing me is like you got a guy in Chase Claypool who could actually help you score points. And here you have a Mike Edwards that you'll be depending on to just not lose you the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a toe. And we're talking about trying out Deion Kane and whoever the other guy, Demir Bird. And you got Chase Claypool who has a body of work with a toe in a depleted room, and you bought him out. That's your point.
Exactly.
You know, to Mel's point, yeah, you know I hate to agree with this, but yeah, Mike Edwards started one season. But the point is, why is he just being handed when your thing is availability? You've cut guys for availability.
Yep.
As soon as this guy steps in our ability, he hasn't done anything.
Yeah. So my theory is I think he believes that Mike Edwards is a better safety than Damar Hamlin. Now, I like Damar Hamlin's because I think he's a run stuffer and he can attack the ball, but I mean the run, but I don't know how he is in coverage. Like, I don't know. Maybe Mike Edwards is better in coverage.
Well, Damar played, you said corner. He played corner before.
Corner
so
he actually can cover.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think his ability to cover is there. He just hasn't gotten a lot of experience in doing it. And really, like, the issue with Damar Hamlin when he played last year, as a backup, it was more so his angles against the run than it was coverage. I don't think there was a point where you looked at him in coverage and was like, he got destroyed.
Yeah.
But then again, he's never been out there by himself with no Hyde or Poyer. He's always had one of them with him.
I think the whole point to what you said, and I hear you, I agree to a degree, is like you said, McDermott knows what he's new to the team. That's my major sticking point. He's new to the squad. You know, so I could watch film and say you did this in their system, but I don't know what you're going to do next to the guys we have behind the two linebackers that we have.
That's true.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, I know what you did there,
right?
But here is
that don't mean he's gonna do the same thing.
It don't mean. And it was one season. He started one season.
That's true.
That could have been a fluke season. I'm not saying it is,
right?
But it could have been.
Man.
You know, so that's my agreement with Mike Edwards, and that's the most mature way I can put it.
James Payne, welcome to the show,
yes.
man. I want to read this first comment. He said they asked all the Vikings players what teammate they would not want their daughter to marry. The heavy majority said Diggs.
That's right.
This was before Diggs left Minnie.
Yeah.
He is not a locker room favorite.
I think he got that flipped.
He's Mr. Steal Girl.
What do you mean?
I think he got it flipped.
Yeah,
They all said they would want Diggs to take their sister.
Oh,
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think he got it flipped.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Wasn't it somebody else they said though that they wouldn't want to date this girl?
Oh, they named a whole bunch of people who like nah, you're not him, Nope.
Yeah, could I remember it was somebody. They're like, no. but the thing is, he was there. It's not like they said behind it. He was in the room,
right?
And they laughed about it. So whatever. I mean, of course, like, yo, do I want y'all dating my sister? Well,
hey,
whatever.
Listen. I don't want nobody dating my daughter just because, like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Nobody.
Somebody did say that. I forgot what video it was. They asked another team that, and dude was like, nah.
Right.
Okay. My pop said, nah. They said they wouldn't want their sister dating Diggs.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sister.
Oh, the sister got you.
Yeah, the sister. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So just so y'all know, to preface this comment, Laura already didn't like Dick Duran. Right, she put that in.
Why are we bringing Laura? Sidebar this.
We're talking about past coaches. Okay, all right. I'm just trying to cover where coverage is needed. But Laura says McD is kind of weak like Duran too. He throws a challenge flag all soft. I'd be launching that.
I'm gonna challenge that.
Right.
No, I'm challenging that.
People like, I'm a.
You know,
He got to drop that. He got to drop that like spades. Boo!
Drop it
Oh,
down.
you
Like
giving
it's
it
crazy.
back? Thank you very much.
I shouldn't have did it. You gonna throw it?
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. At least I didn't hit you with it. All right, so almost.
Right to your chin. That's what's up. You know.
So Laura asked, "Do we even have any money left?" Last I heard,
No.
10 million.
Okay, let me ask you this: how much money are you looking at, Laura? Because no, I'll pull it up to exactly how much we have.
Okay.
They're saying next year we're supposed to have $19 million over the cap. Next year.
Yeah, we have over the cap, not under. Over. We have no money next year either. So let's see.
Right. They're going to need to restructure people, and Josh
We don't
has
have
got to get
anybody
paid
else to
$60
restructure.
million
And
next
Josh
year.
is not.
They're not going to give him $60 million next year.
Josh,
They're gonna have
if
to.
you do it, you're tripping.
Right. So Roy says Mike Edwards has done it and he's cheap. Roy, you got to tell me what you mean by he's done it, because being on a team that wins a championship and saying you've done it versus being on a team that wins a championship because you made plays is a completely different thing. Like,
to Laura's. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
To Laura's point, top 51 right now, not counting all 53. We got 7.5 mil, but all cap space, we're 25 mil over the cap right now.
They're how much over?
25 over. We have 7.5 mil to mess with, but yeah, we're 25. Obviously, you're going to cut down, from 90 all the way back, but
So we'll be at 10 by the time the season starts.
no, we are not going to have 10. We're right now.
So
we're at
it's 7,
7.5.
and that's where we're staying.
7.5. That's pretty much where we are. You're looking at more like 6. When it's all said and done, we're at about 6.
Wow.
And I mean, that
that's-
sounds good, but who are we throwing the ball to? Michael Thomas, I heard. Why is he not signed? He ain't coming. No.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow, sound good? No.
No, not at all. Not
No.
at all. Oh, yep. My pop said, and that doesn't mean he's not a locker room favorite. Yeah, I mean the Diggs thing is
Right.
we have to kind of think a little bit harder about what makes sense and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like when teams release statements, it's to paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
When players put out information, it's to paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter which side it is. Our job as people that hear this stuff and consume this information is to process it, not to just take it as gospel.
Right.
You got to be able to think deeper about what you're seeing and hearing, and getting to what the truth of it all is.
Right.
That is really the inspiration for our mantra, which is all truth, no sodium. Like getting down to the root reasons of why things happen, or the heart of behind why somebody said something, or whatever the case may be. But that's where we have to be when it comes to, especially with the Bills. And I think I've already given enough information, enough inside information, enough data and proof to kind of show that this team has not operated with our best interest in mind. It just hasn't in the history. And this the coach point brings a whole different side to that argument. We've only had 4 coaches that have won a playoff game in 60 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a team that's about winning.
And you know what's funny? You speak it up. I'm going to actually count how many coaches we've had in 60 years.
It might take you the whole show, man.
Steve says, while Josh Allen has value, you can still attract an elite coach and talent. After Allen leaves his prime, Buffalo will not be an attractive location, as we were before.
Absolutely.
As we were before.
And I wonder why, because guess what? There's
right.
not going to be that hot receiver that we are up and coming. We don't have
Right.
that running back. And James Cook, I'm not coming at you. Ray Davis, I'm not coming at you. But this league is not predicated on running backs anymore. No. This league is not predicated on star offensive linemen. It's predicated on quarterbacks and wide receivers. Because why wide receivers? Because that's who the quarterbacks throw to. CeeDee Lamb, Jettas. They be nobody without a quarterback throwing them the ball.
Yep.
So if you're talking about how do you get somebody to? Because Josh is 28. Josh is not going to be Josh even in 5 years.
Nah.
Josh is he's going to do Ray Allen. He's going to do something different.
Yep.
He's going to
Exactly.
condition himself to be a pocket passer, be something that's not scrambling, risking his life at all times.
Yep.
In 5, and if they keep giving these bullcrap contracts, he ain't going to want to run no more.
Yeah.
When he realizes you need a new agent. Get a new agent first and foremost, because this guy that's counseling you, he doesn't have your best interest at heart. You're the hottest quarterback in the league, not named Patrick Mahomes, and you're not even getting top 10 money.
Wait, even better. PFF has Josh Allen rated number 1 overall.
Okay, and I'm not mad at that. But my point, that's
I'm
even
not saying that
worse.
we taking it as gospel, but
That's even worse.
name one other stat site that has Josh Allen rated number 1.
Nick Wright don't have him in the top 10.
And
But
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
nobody's doing that right now.
You say Nick Wright ain't got him in the top 10?
No.
he says he's the second best quarterback, but he's not in his top 10.
Right.
Players, all players.
Oh, okay. About to say, I thought you say he had a top 10 quarterback. I'm about to say,
only quarterback. Yeah,
But
oh, name me 9 who better
But
than
he's got Joe Burrow in there. He's got Joe Burrow in there.
too.
So that's another thing about, listen, he had one good season, bro. One. He's done the one.
Yeah. Every other one.
And everybody want to claim him like he ain't, like, don't get me wrong, he's not trash. He's good, but he ain't elite.
Yeah.
He ain't like, oh, he the best. No.
But you know what it is? It's the iconic he beat Mahomes in Kansas City.
But who really beat him?
The defense did.
And who else?
Your
boy.
Jesse Basic out there.
No, who's the coordinator?
Oh, Lou Anarumo. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
That's a bad boy.
There you
That's
go.
a bad boy.
Who's been beating everybody else? Andy Reid and Spags. Like,
That's
come
it.
on, man.
That's it.
Come on.
20 coaches. Bills have 20 coaches in
20?
history. 20. So we're one for 5. 20%.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. And we ran this before you joined the show. We ran this to say who are our top 5 coaches or whatever the case may be. It was like Levy, McDermott, and then like Lou Saban, and it was like, yo,
Right,
we're not doing this anymore. Yeah, we're not going to do this. I was like, it's over. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be better. I thought it was going to be something fun to do, but nope.
No.
After McDermott, it was like lose. It was like, it's trash.
Yeah. Matt,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Key, can you pull up the free agency and see who else? Because I know Justin.
Wide receiver?
Justin Simmons just signed with. Who did he just sign with?
Justin Simmons or Bates?
No, Justin Simmons just signed with the team.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it Atlanta?
No.
I think it was Atlanta.
Bates went to Atlanta. Jesse Bates.
Oh,
was
that's
in
right.
Atlanta.
Bates went to. So Justin.
So did Matthew Judon.
Oh, that's right. So the trade did go through. Okay, nice.
He was on the sideline with the gear and everything. Had his chain on. He can't wear number 9 because somebody else got it. He went there too.
They got Jesse. Oh, yo, their defense is about to be nice, bro. Their defense is about to be nice.
And they got Judon. Yo.
That's what I thought they went to.
Here's the thing, though. For years, matter of fact, I'm a prove a point right here.
Yeah.
Well, let's not refute one of mine.
Besides Deion Sanders, who was the best defensive player you saw on the Falcons in like the last 10
Tuggle.
years? Last 10
That's
years. Can y'all name me anybody in the last 10
I just
years?
gave you the one.
Who was
Jesse Tuggle.
Was it Keith Brooking, their linebacker? He was pretty good.
He was the closest one.
Sure.
That's the closest they got. So like they've been ridiculed of not ever having like a good defense.
Yeah.
Now they got a scary defense, bro.
Yeah, they do.
They got a scary
Those
defense.
Safeties, that pass rusher.
They drafted with Pariah Jerry in the first round, and he turned out to be a big nothing. But
Who did?
Pariah Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Bro, they got
So the reason I'm asking about the safeties, Poets Playhouse, welcome to the show, my man. Hopefully you like what you're hearing.
Is it P.O.?
Huh?
Is it P.O.'s Playhouse?
Poets Playhouse.
Oh, Poets. I'm gonna say, this is a play on Poyer.
Oh,
I thought it was Poe's Playhouse. I'm like, safety and Poe's Playhouse.
Know what Poe's Playhouse has to do with?
Poe.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Poe. Go ahead.
No, but he just asked, or he said, I'm sorry, he said Bills need to sign a safety.
Yes, sir.
Who's out there?
But I'll say who they can sign that they can afford.
Don't do that.
Who can afford, Key?
No, not that.
Oh.
You know, that's GR talk. Who would you sign? No.
I want to know who can they afford.
Me. And that they can skip you there.
I'll play safety right now.
I ain't never did a day in my life. I'll try it.
Hey, be like the girl in the Olympics who tried out for the breakdancing. You saw that?
Yo, why have we not talked about this? Yo, you know, LA is not doing that, right? Like
they took it out
the next Olympics in 2028.
They're not doing it?
No,
they
took it out.
got rid of
They
that.
got rid of it
We ain't
Oh,
doing
she
breakdancing.
ruined it for everybody.
She completely canceled breakdancing for this year.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, but I did find this out though. Like whoever's hosting the Olympics can decide what sports they want to include.
Yeah, they got rid of a couple
okay.
things. Not just break.
Yeah.
They got rid of a couple things. As long as they don't give it a team handball, I'm good.
Shout out to my wife for finding that out.
Team
That handball is fierce, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
People,
Oh, yeah.
they sleep on that. I was trying to find too. I was like, "What are you doing? They're trying to find handball on TV. Where is it?" I was losing my mind. Couldn't find it.
So wait,
who's
is this the Puerto Rican handball where it's
not
like
with the wall? No, not with the wall. It's like a combination of basketball, lacrosse, and dodgeball kind of. because it's full court.
Oh, that's the one where they gotta like throw the ball into the net.
Yeah,
And
you got the goalie. It's got to go in there, but you can't go into the crease. You got to go.
Yeah. Okay.
We played. Okay. Oh, it was fun as ever. But to answer I think it was Poet's question, Micah Hyde, obviously, Jaron Curse, Adrian Phillips, Cody Davis, Keanu Neal, Justin Evans, Ryan Neal, Duran Harmon, Henry Black, AJ Finley, I can't see, Lola, Richard LeCount, and Jalen Elliott. They're all available.
So if we had to sign a safety, is there a name that sticks out to you guys?
I don't even know who these guys. Keanu Neal.
I have Keanu Neal is who you would go with?
That's the only. Yeah, that's.
That's
the only reason I say that is because that's the name I know. But if I had to sign one, I'm going to go with Io because he's the youngest. No, I'm sorry, AJ Finley's the youngest on this list.
How old is he?
22. He's
Sign
23.
him. Sign him.
So him and Io Oyoloya, he's 25. So
sign him.
Both of those guys, they look cheap, and I'd sign them just based on the potential.
But again, you got to keep in mind, these are guys that would not play because, A, they're too young, and B, they're too inexperienced.
I know, but we're talking about Mike Edwards starting. He didn't play not at all.
Yeah, but he's, 27?
29.
He's 29.
If they can tape him back together, he's going to be on the field.
He's been involved with teams that won 2 Super Bowls?
He's been he's in entangled with teams.
Sorry, he's been involved with 2 teams that won 1 Super Bowl.
He's in entanglements.
Well, I mean, apparently that doesn't seem to matter to Sean McDermott.
Only if it's not Steph Diggs.
In his mind, the experience of going through all that,
of being on the team bus.
He is.
He ate a team meal before the game.
He's 28.
He's 28.
Mike Edwards. Yeah.
Okay, so I would take Jaron Curse. He's a bigger safety. He's great against the run, and he's at least as good as DeMar Hamlin would be in coverage.
Okay.
How old is he?
Maybe a little bit. He's 30. Maybe a little bit better because of his.
That's
his
McDermott
experience.
all day, though.
He's too old for me.
That's me too.
Well,
that's McDermott all day.
But I mean,
what I'm saying.
if you had to,
right? If
no,
you
you
had
don't
to sign
have
a
to.
guy.
What you can do is draft and produce, like you say you're going to do. Draft and develop.
yeah,
No.
but that's
No.
next
Why
year.
would you do that?
Right.
Even though I told you I'm going to.
That makes way too much sense to do for McDermott.
Right.
I mean, well, we do got Bishop.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with him though? I'm scared.
Post the draft and hope that he turn out to be something.
If he doesn't show it organically, he's screwed. Because he's not going to get a shot to develop, and
Right.
none of them are.
Right.
If you don't show it immediately,
I think we said that on the show. He'll rather go with he'll be more comfortable doing it on defense than on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we know if you're a rookie on offense, like unless you key on, like you're not seeing the field, bro. It's not happening. But on defense, it's a different ball game.
I think him and Bean get a kick out of saying, "Look what we did. Look what we built." Poyer, hi. Look what we built. Diamonds in the rough. Nobody knew about him but us. Let's go get a 7th rounder. Let's get an undrafted free agent, Cam Lewis, who's now starting at safety, evidently. Let's go get Jamarcus Ingram, who was on a terrible secondary at UB. Challenge me. Look it up. They were bad, and he's a Bill now. He's playing minutes.
Yeah.
He's actually, I got him arrow up though.
Who? Mark Ingram? Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm saying, but what
I'm sorry.
is,
Nope. I got it mixed up with Daquan Hardy. My bad.
Oh, Hardy's a massive arrow up. But Ingram, he deserves a spot on the team. But my point is, who cared about him before he came to Buffalo? And they force-fed him.
Yeah.
Look what we did. We developed this guy.
Yeah.
They didn't. What number 1 draft pick did they develop and say, look, I don't want to hear Greg Rousseau. I want to make that known right now.
Why not?
Roderick,
why not?
Whatever the hell his name was on Saturday was Dookie Juice. Straight Dookie Juice. Broderick, whatever the hell that guy's name was. 77. That right tackle.
The one that
stupid.
that he just threw.
Oh, that was Jones.
Broderick Jones.
That he threw.
Yeah.
He came out of the stands
out.
like this. He was like, and then he got launched jazz style from Fresh Prince.
That's actually their starting right tackle.
I know.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he had 2.5 against that guy and 6 against the rest of the league last year. That guy's trash.
Lindsay says, "Is the month of August over yet?" She said, "I heard Miami is banged up too."
A lot of teams is banged up. This is crazy.
So my pop says, "Buckle up, boys. They are going to ride it out with what they have." And I
what do they have, Pops? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it Lewis? Is it Hamlin? Just tell me which one it is.
Yeah,
I think
because they had Lewis running single high. You notice that? Yeah. Lewis ran single high sets. They don't have anybody else running single high in that safety room. Yeah. Not one other player. When Lewis starts, his first play of the game, single high. with Rap up in the box. Why?
I think it's going to be, come season, it's going to be a combination of Edwards, Rap, Hamlin, and Bishop.
You think they'll like intertwine, like mix them up a little bit?
It depends who's healthy and ready to go. Honestly, like if all four of them was healthy, I think he would go starting. He'll probably start Rap and Edwards, and then eventually I think Bishop will usurp probably Rap, and they will be the starters, and then he'll have DeMar Hamlin and Rap as backups.
Lindsay said, "Key, you made me hiccup with that Dookie Juice comment."
Dookie Juice.
I had it there. I had to let that out.
Yeah, Pop says they think the first level guys are able to cover the deficiencies on the third level.
Did they see Dorian Williams in coverage?
Yo, I'm gonna say it. Did Whittle see Dorian Williams in coverage? I don't even know why this is even a debate anymore. It's
not a debate. It's
silly.
It's horrible.
It's silly.
Andreessen, and it's funny. Even Joe Marino locked on said he was like, he did the all 22 review, and I watched what I could before I even.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, there was the drop back depth for the zone coverage was non-existent. He said, I don't know if it was Andreessen or if it was Dorian. He was being diplomatic, but somebody didn't drop back fast enough, and they gave up numerous passes over the middle. And what it was, and I can tell you, it was Dorian Williams, because there were two instances where the tight end, I think it was Firemove, came across Andreessen's face, across Dorian Williams' face, and Dorian Williams dropped off to the flat. There's nobody over there. Where are you going? Andreessen's now got the task of two crossers in front of him, trying to figure out who he's going to go with. Wow. But Dorian Williams is still floating off to the sideline, and the guy, what are you doing? And they throw it right over his head where Dorian Williams should have been. This is like 2 or 3 times it happened in the game.
Yo, speaking about Andreessen, he was looking nice, bro.
Okay.
He was looking nice, man.
Hold on.
You better not say nothing about the preseason pledge, because you gave me crap last time.
The preseason pledge dictates that I do not react to Joe Andreessen's play right now because he's playing against second and third stringers.
But he's a second and third stringer himself, though.
No, I think.
Well, that's only because he's on a bad team right now.
I think I know where Mel's going. Like he's not Christian Wade trophy worthy. He's not Ashton Yabody trophy worthy.
Yeah.
But what he's saying, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, is he's now solidifying a spot on the team.
He actually has talent to play linebacker.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and that's what
he was a 90 tackle guy at UB. You know what I mean? So like I get it. Like he can produce, and I want guys like that on the team. I'm just of the mindset of like if we're gonna do preseason players, then it either has to be all the way or not at all. Like,
well, here's the thing when it comes to preseason pledge, though. Like I said, notice nobody that we're talking about are starters, are number ones
yet.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not right, because the number ones. I'm saying this for every number one.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Right.
The 2s or 3s, like the guys making the team, that's the ones who you have to watch.
I did find out they do get paid. My pop told me they do get paid for preseason.
It's not a lot, but they get paid.
Yeah.
But it's not their. So what I mean is, like, when they get their salary, their salary is divided into 18 checks.
It's not a full salary.
They're not getting. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this is tax money for them.
Shift
pretty much this is tax money for them. But yeah, so like the ones. They could care less. Like the 2s and 3s that's actually making, like, those I watch. I don't care if Josh Allen looks good or bad. I don't care if Khalil Shakir looks good or bad. Like, I don't care about the ones in preseason. Anybody else, I'm looking at.
So
I want to see if they can play.
The preseason pledge only applies to the starters on any team.
Well,
his preseason pledge.
Yeah.
There's different versions of it?
I don't, I don't watch starters because
you don't?
No.
Okay. I actually like that. I like that reasoning.
No, I mean,
because, like, for example, like you just said, man, Greg Rousseau, he had all them sacks.
Why you yelling at me?
Dookie Juice. Dookie Juice. He sucks.
Hold on. Speaking of Dookie Juice, Roy says, as long as your Dookie Juice is warm, then you know you're healthy.
Hey, yo. No.
I don't know. I felt like it was a good time to get that in there.
No. That was all the questionable stuff that's been said, and that was top of the list. I gotta go back to the list.
Yeah.
But no, this is where I'm with that. And I agree. But I do care about Josh Allen.
Partly. You do?
Yes. Not in the way you think, though.
You want him to get reps?
I want Josh Allen to screw
Chemistry to screw up.
Like, try those passes that he's going to try and see if it works or not.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
those type, if
chemistry
it doesn't
with
work, is this a good throw?
receivers
I want to get that on film so he sees that.
Right.
And
right.
also, you know, Josh Allen playing in preseason, by virtue of even being out there, the offensive line does what? What does Deion Dawkins say about Josh Allen? Nobody talks to my quarterback. Nobody touches my quarterback. Let's see if you really mean it. Because you're not blocking for Trubisky.
Yeah.
You don't care about him. But let Josh Allen, let's see how long he can stand back there and hold it.
Yo, he right, bro. Like, they don't care.
Don't care.
You know, remind me of Remember the Titans. When he was talking, he was like, you got to play. What team? Nobody cares. Nobody blocks,
Exactly.
man. They don't block this dude. They don't block this dude. Like, tell your boys to block.
Yep.
He was like, oh, yeah, I can't say nothing. They don't block. They don't do it.
Right.
Because they don't care. Like,
And that's the thing. Like,
I don't know if we could say they don't care. I think
no, that's
if we're-
hyperbole. That's a little
Right,
yeah.
right, and I'm just because there might be people that take what we say literally. I just
Yeah.
wanted to be clear. Like, I think what we really are trying to get to is that in the preseason, there's not just the one thing that players are trying to manage of winning the game, which is
Which
you know
nobody
what
cares.
happens
That
in the
I don't
regular
care about.
season.
And I'm
In the
being honest, I don't
preseason,
care.
there's I got to stay healthy. I got to make sure I know the scheme. I have to show that I've mastered whatever skill set that the coaches want me to master. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit more that goes into the preseason games on top of ramping back up, getting used to the speed of the game again. And getting into the flow of wrap up form tackling and all that kind of stuff. And the offensive coordinator said that they don't take people to the ground, which
No, they don't. They just hit them and they fall down really hard.
Right. I mean, if you don't get the preseason games to do it, then you got to be able to do it in practice. You should be tackling in practice. Yeah, I mean the fact that this team has such a low tackle percentage. Or tackle success rate, or whatever that stat is that we looked at
missed
last
tackle
year.
rate?
Yeah, missed tackle
My
rate.
favorite.
It has such a high missed tackle rate, I should say. Like, that's one of those things that speaks to why that happens. If you're not tackling in practice, where are you getting your experience from? So,
And then they're going to say, we don't want to look at Milano. How many guys tackle with a tackling dummy and tear their bicep?
exactly.
How often does that happen? I mean, come on.
Yep.
right.
And no, I mean, when I say, I don't care, or when I say they don't care, no, to a degree they don't. They'll tell you they get out there, they want to, they want to try a couple things out, they get off the field, and that's a win for them. They don't care about winning or loss. They don't care about beating their man. They care about learning stuff, putting stuff on film. But how do you make your team better when you're afraid of the unknown?
Right.
I might get hurt, so I'm not going to play him. You don't know.
What do y'all think about what you call not playing in the preseason as a rookie?
Who's that?
Harrison.
Wait, who's
Marvin.
not playing?
Marvin Harrison.
By choice, like he doesn't want to play.
He's like the anti.
I think it's in this one I can't blame him. I think it's the coaches.
This is deep.
Yeah. This one he gets a
No
pass.
one wants to blame him.
He gets a pass. I think it's the
coaches
coaches.
don't want him to play.
I haven't seen Kyler Murray or Harrison the whole preseason.
There's something with them.
Now my thing is this. Again, I agree with Ron Rivera. If I have a rookie who's not used to the NFL, I need to see him in live action. I just have to. Kyler Murray, I can understand. He's a professional. He's a vet. I know what he can do and cannot do. I don't need to see it. I get it. But you got Marvin Harrison, your number one wide receiver, because, dude, they have nobody. Moore he's out for the season. Like, they got him and a tight end. That's all their weapons. Like, they have nobody. So, like, how do you not play this dude? So, like, I don't know, man. Like, coaches are not, they're like, yeah, he's not playing or I'm not playing him. Like, there's a couple people who have not even seen a rep in the playoffs. I mean, the preseason. So
I think the difference with them and us in this regard is there's a reason why they drafted first overall. They're not good. And their decisions are not good. And they know they're not going anywhere.
But to argue that, Key, they did something that we want the Bills to do. They drafted a number one wide receiver.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, when you're talking about Marvin Harrison and Kyler not playing is par for the course. that's the culmination of all the other BS decisions they've made to get to where they are right now.
Yeah.
Having Christian Kirk out there, having whatever else they had out there masquerading as number one wide receivers.
Yeah.
That's their logic. Our logic is let Josh do everything, and Josh like, all right, cool. I wanted to try it anyway, but at some point you gotta save somebody like that from himself.
Yeah.
Because that's like a compulsive gambler. I don't have a problem. You do have a problem.
Yeah. I hate to go back to the coaches, but did y'all see what Andy Reid told Mahomes to do?
What?
Y'all see the behind the back pass?
Oh yeah.
You tell him don't do it again?
No, he told him to do it.
Oh, thank God.
Yo, Mahomes is like, they told the story. Andy, this is why I like Big Red, bro. I like his mentality. He wanted him to do it in the Super Bowl, bro.
What?
Yes. He was like, oh, man, you could do it. He's seen it in practice. You could do it. You could try that. Mahomes was like, bro, this is a Super Bowl, dog. I'm not about to do that. You crazy? This is Super Bowl. Like, if that play don't work out.
No, listen, Andy was like, yo, dog, we already got 2, bro. Just do it.
I don't care about you.
But, you got to go, like, come on, man. Like, listen. Andy Reid is a vet coach. Like, he's been in the league for years. He's won, but, like, he's still trying to, like,
innovate and do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants his players to have fun in the Super Bowl, bro. Oh, yeah. Like, everybody's puckering up. Like, I'm clinching. This is Super Bowl, dog. I can't make a mistake. It's the Super Bowl. Right. He's like, nah, go ahead, man. Do that backwards pass.
See, that's an offensive mind versus a defensive mind. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Yeah, I think that's I think I'll let you have that, but I think that shows you. No.
I mean, look, I've seen defensive coaches like, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I say this. That tells you McDermott doesn't trust Josh as much as people think he does.
Okay.
Reid is like, yo, do your thing.
I don't know if he don't trust Josh. I think he's scared.
Right.
No, he's scary in
so
general.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's more like me. McDermott is clinching for the Super Bowl.
But Reid is like, say la vie.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of guy you need with a Josh Allen. Somebody's like, say la vie. You can't have him. You can't put a say la vie guy with a tight butt. You can't put a tight butt with a say la vie. He don't know how to act. Yeah. You hamstringing a guy. You neutering him. You're taking away what makes him him when you put him with the wrong person. Wrong personnel, we'll say. You give a air it out quarterback all these big slow dudes and say, yo, play your game. It don't work that way. You give a dude with a noodle arm all these fast targets. What are you gonna do with them?
Right. So let me read this comment real quick, and then we can get into what we saw in the game.
Oh, I thought we already started. Okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm glad to be back in America.
USA.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad.
I don't think we got to everything in the game, but I think we have a new Player of the Week award. It's going to be called the Dookie Juice Award.
Yeah, straight Dookie
thanks to
Juice.
James Payne, he gave me this idea. He said, "Stupid Play or Player of the Week, sponsored by Dookie Juice, now available at most convenience stores."
Yo, I like that.
Yeah,
we got to use it now.
I'll get a bottle made. We'll put it on it. It's gonna be
Dookie Juice Award goes to.
Dookie Juice Award goes to. We're gonna sit that bad boy right there on the counter.
we were like. Player A, drink up.
That's it. And they gotta open the bottle and drink it. Hey. Like how the racers drink milk. It's just all down the side. Yeah.
Stone Cold style.
Right. What he did was wrong, bro.
What did you do?
Oh my God, Judy, you out of control right now. You are out of control right now. For those of you that don't know, Judy had training today, so he was able to make it here from work. So we're
glad to have
the types
him
of appearances that we'll get now is the random AO episodes.
The AOs, and he's got his work goggles on, and he's got his hoodie on, even though it's like 60 degrees outside.
Right. Pop says Andreessen played like he was told to focus on stopping the run, but to playing regularity and consistency, he's gonna have to be able to play both pass and run in space.
So now what the fans were saying is they want, which this is a little too much. They're talking about, since Milano's out, let Andreessen
start.
I don't think people understand they play two different positions, even though they play linebacker. It's different.
Andreessen's a Mike.
He's a Mike. Matt Milano is not a Mike. He's a weak side linebacker.
These are the same fans that say if Milano was out there for 13 seconds that we would have won. Milano was out there for 30
He was covering Kelsey.
between him and freaking Levi Willis. They were both standing right there.
Jeez.
I actually put more blame on Milano than Levi because Milano was right there.
Unbelievable.
Whatever. Okay.
Unbelievable.
I got that out.
Roy says, why are we putting all the blame on McDermott? Bean is responsible for getting the right players.
I'm glad you said that, Roy. I'm glad.
Roy,
because
you've been with us how long and you don't know this by now?
No, he's right. And I think we say that, but the thing is, we're not talking about getting the player. We're talking about the people that we have.
Yeah.
McDermott is in charge of the people we have.
Yeah.
Now, Bean keeps funneling him this masterpiece that he's building. Well, that's on him. But the people we have and this management.
I think the blame on Bean is I don't like his contracts.
Yes.
That's what I don't like. Like, you bring it all the time. Like, the Stephon Diggs, the Von Millers, like, you're paying. Like, I don't like that. Now, the drafting is okay. Like, I'm okay. It's not, like, terrible. Like, all these guys sucks. Horrible. Like, some of the drafts there's valuable people out of there. So I'm not really faulting them for that. But the money situation, come on, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you mismanage the money. You mismanage the funds. Right. You fumbled the bag.
Right.
Like, that's on you.
Right.
That's not on McDermott. That's on Bean. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Listen, McDermott is not the enemy, man. Like,
I'm not saying he is the enemy.
Collectively. You know what
he's not
I mean?
talking to you. He's talking to he's just saying clearing up that.
Yeah.
We're not bagging on McDermott, but we're gonna call it what it is when it is.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
So just wanted to get this out. Pop says, to be accurate, starters don't care about preseason games, but they care greatly about the preseason.
Right.
And that's, it's just as much of preparation for them as it is for the other players that are trying to make the team. White Towns King says Josh needs a tight butt coach because if he doesn't have somebody to rein him in, we have the week 1 Jets game or that dumb TD pass to Cook before the half against Miami. So I'll make this quick. Mm-hmm. If Josh was that way from day one, why did he get worse after Dayball left? I mean, obviously that says a lot about who's coaching him, right? If he got worse after an elite play caller and elite offensive mind left the building, then that tells you it's not that Josh needed to be reined in. Josh just needed to be put in a position to focus all that energy in the right directions, right? Because he's had interceptions everywhere he's been. He's a gunslinger. That's what they do. Brett Favre was the same thing. Mm-hmm. I guarantee nobody in Green Bay was saying we need to rein him in. We need to get him out of here. Mm-hmm. Nobody was saying that. And I'm not saying people saying to get Josh out of here, but this idea that we have to box Josh in or control Josh and force him to only throw touchdowns. You have to throw the ball with not with reckless abandon, but you have to throw it with confidence.
Sometimes you do, yeah.
In order to make plays that Josh makes.
Doesn't make Josh on play. Sometimes it's reckless abandon. Sometimes you have to.
Right. But that's what it is, and I think that's what gets missed with all this talk of we got to rein Josh in. That's Sean McDermott's mindset is we have to control and stop the interceptions. Yeah. You're not. If you do that, you're not going to get the big plays in the touchdowns you want either.
That's you kind of took my
bad.
I'm not gonna, no. I'm glad you said it because I thought you were really going to. I'm like, yo, I don't know to talk, but
gotta take the good with the bad, man. You got to.
Yeah.
If you have somebody to neuter Josh Allen, you have somebody to rein him in. You got somebody who is going to tell him don't do that. You're not going to have anything. We're good as long as we have Josh. We're not good as long as we have Sean McDermott. We're good as long as we have Josh. Because if Josh goes down, we're screwed, right? If Josh goes down, the season's down the toilet. Not if McDermott misses a game. Not if McDermott gets fired. If Josh goes down. So the moment you say if Josh does this, everything else is a moot point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you think about this. If you want somebody to rein him in, like you said, this is the point where if you want somebody to rein him in, you're taking away the quarterback that we're arguing about, Nick Wright. You're taking a quarterback that we're arguing about, is he second or third? Because he wouldn't be in top 5. Because if you believe that McDermott is creating this guy, we don't have a good quarterback. You can't have both. Mm-hmm. Because look at it like this. If Josh is Josh, right? If he's not a robot controlled by McDermott, he's doing number 2 quarterback stuff, you take McDermott away, Josh is going to fall flat on his face. That's what you're saying, basically. That's how I take that.
Right. It makes no sense.
I don't believe it. Yeah.
Roy says, "Did I hear Dayball and elite in the same sentence? I think I threw up in my mouth."
Roy called you.
Bruh, two steps back.
Roy called you.
Two steps back.
Nope.
He
didn't preseason pledge it.
No, definitely not. But trust me. Okay, Dayball was the author of the undefeated season for the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
That was Brian Dayball. That elite. That's the guy. Now, if you want to say he had the greatest of all time and he had Randy Moss, he kind of duplicated it with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, and we loved it.
I would say
so. Sorry, my man. He's elite.
So to clarify, he's a elite coordinator, maybe not a good head coach, but
Agreed.
however,
Agreed.
you put him with that OC hat.
Yeah.
That's a bad boy.
Right.
That's a bad boy with that OC hat.
And that goes back to what we're talking about. Some people are not meant to be managers. Some people you top out a supervisor. That's it. That's all you get. You can't run the whole show. But
Like I said, he's a bad OC. I'm telling you right now, he'll cook you.
Yeah. Steve said, compared to McDermott, Dayball is elite. McDermott makes Josh throw
Steve
up every game. Roy says he was the Patriots wide receiver. Bro, go look it up. He was the OC that year. Brian Dayball. I think after that year is when he went to Alabama. Yeah, he went with Nick Saban after that year. He was an offensive coordinator down there.
Yeah, no, I mean, the proof, and the thing is, you got to think about it. You really didn't hear anything about Diggs until Dayball left.
Right.
You didn't hear anything about anything else until Dayball left.
It was all good.
He's the only person who will get in your face and say, you know what, your ish is stinking. I don't care what you think, your ish is stinking. You better fix it. Don't care if you're a $1 man or a $50 million man. He was going to do it because he's like, that's who I am. And they knew that when he came. He was no nonsense. He was in Josh's face. He was in Stephon Diggs. He was in everybody. Deion, you name him. He didn't care. You messed up, I'm going to tell you about it. And that's what we saw when we went to the training camp with the boys. We saw the defensive coordinator do that, not the offensive coordinator. We were like, where is he?
Mr. Babbage.
Bobby Babbage is going to have those boys playing as good as he can.
Right.
Yo, what year was that, Moss and Randy?
I'm not sure.
I mean, Tom?
2003 or something?
No,
I knew I was wrong. I just had to throw something.
Junie was born in 03, so 03, 04?
So from 2002 to 2006, he was a wide receivers coach. He was a defensive assistant in 2000 to 2001.
Who was the OC that year?
The OC probably was it McDaniels?
OC.
No, McDaniels was in
Charlie Weiss.
Charlie Weiss.
Charlie Weiss. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep, Dayball was
okay.
notable.
He left.
wrong.
Charlie Weiss left in 2004.
Okay.
Yep, Dayball
All right.
was there for
You got it, Roy.
under Weiss.
My bad.
Roy's like, I was there.
Listen. Even with that, he saw how it was done on an undefeated team with the greatest of all time, in terms of Tom Brady doing it with Randy Moss. And then came here and emulated it.
Roy's probably like, you guys are doing homework when that game was played. Don't worry about that.
That's right.
I was in high school, college.
James Payne says, how many interceptions did Josh throw after Brady took over? Dorsey was an okay coach, but a poor play caller.
I mean, at that point, what's the difference? And I'm not coming at
it's what Sean wants at that point. Like the second Dayball left, it was what Sean wants. Like that's kind of the whole thing with the like, that's why I winced when I heard, that Sean doesn't make the, signing decisions, personnel decisions, and all that kind of stuff. Like, if the owner says it's Sean's show, he didn't say it was Sean and Brandon Beane's show. He said it was Sean's show specifically. Right. I don't know how you can delineate from that. Well, he only meant it was Sean's show when it comes to coaching on the field.
It's tough. With the information we have, it's tough.
Well, I mean, I think if you look at the types of players that they brought in, and you look at when Brandon Beane was in Carolina, much different type of player that was brought in Carolina than what's been brought in here. In Carolina, they brought in elite playmakers. Right. You know what I'm saying? They brought in Luke. They drafted Luke Kuechly. They got Thomas Davis in there. Who else did they have? Matter of fact, Thompson, the linebacker Thompson that
Shaq
was
Thompson.
Shaq Thompson that was it. He ended up being a good linebacker that and I think he was drafted the year before being left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But guys like that, and then you add on to that Kawan Short, great pass rushing defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. Heck, Starlo Tulele when he was there, he was really good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like these are guys that went on to start on well, Thomas Davis ended up retiring from there, but Star came here and was decent for a year. Mm-hmm. But by that time he was too old. You know what I'm saying?
COVID hit and that was it. After COVID hit, he sat the year out. It was over for him.
Right, but that tells you something about those players. If they stuck there that long, they had to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't just go to some other team and be good somewhere else. The team wanted to keep them. You know what I mean? So
I was going to say to refute whoever it was. I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say whoever it was, but before and after Dorsey and Dayball, and Dorsey, Josh Allen threw, not Dayball, Dorsey and Brady. He had 17 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, roughly. And then after Brady took over, he had 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Right. And when Brady came in, the one key thing that we saw that was a difference between the two is that Josh was allowed to run again.
Yep.
He was allowed to run. He was allowed to make plays. He was allowed to ad lib. That's the reason he came out and said, "I feel like myself again."
Mm-hmm. He was you could tell it. He was handcuffed.
Right. And it's more of a Sean decision overall because he's the one that picked Dorsey, but Dorsey's concepts were terrible to begin with. So, Roy said I was actually rooting for the Pats to win that Super Bowl that year just to piss off Dolphins fans.
Yeah, because if they would have won, they would have broke their record. Dolphins are the only team that went undefeated. They're the undefeated team that won the Super Bowl. And they played less games back then because Patriots actually played an extra game. So they would have had the record.
That just tells you how abused we are. Like as a franchise, like the team that beat up on us for 20 years, we're rooting for these dudes to beat another team just to beat a division rival's record or something like that. Like
which that other team had us in the chokehold for a decade.
Exactly.
20 straight losses to a team.
Did we not learn enough from a decade long of being beat up by the Dolphins? Like you don't.
Well, you got to figure what Roy was very young, and I'm not coming at you for it. He was very young when that 70s decade happened, and he saw his team 20 straight, like just pack it in. No matter, pack it in.
That's
so
true.
For that, for like, what is that? 30 years later, he's like, yeah, vindication.
Got you now, buddy.
Right.
Vindication. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
So I get it. You know, but it's sad. It's sad.
So I wanted to ask y'all about this. The game on Saturday, right? I'm not a preseason pledge guy, but the second I saw Rousseau doing as well as he did, I know y'all just mentioned that. Like my mindset was like, all right, whatever. But Tylen Grable,
Yes,
playing tackle
again,
looked great. They tried to do a double team on him on a third down play. They had both pass rushers go at him at the same time.
Yep.
The man handled it.
Yep.
Like I was thoroughly impressed watching this dude. Like really, like I mean, if he doesn't take over that backup spot, the fix is in.
He's got to.
Okay,
he's
good.
got to. Him and Vandermark have to be the backup tackle.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I think he's at number 3. And I like I said last time, open mouth, insert foot. I don't care.
Who the heck is this guy we drafted?
The biggest show I've ever been on, and I said I can't believe this crap, and I was wrong. Tyler and I apologize. Rico, I apologize for messing up your show for that little bit of time. Forgive me.
What'd you guys think about Van Pran? I didn't get a chance to go back and watch.
I didn't
his
get to
tape
see
on
him.
They got him still playing guard.
Wait,
really?
they had him playing guard.
He had him playing guard.
No, he was playing center in the game, wasn't
The
he?
first game he was playing center.
I
He played guard this time?
I remember a play where because isn't 70 a center? Alec Anderson.
He's the backup guard center, yeah.
I remember it was a play. He was 70 was the center, and which guy was right next to him.
Well, I can tell
So
you.
that means that Van Pran would be the second string guard, third string
No,
center.
because Will Clapp played guard first. Will Clapp was playing right guard next to Alec Anderson.
Also, they just throwing
They
Van Pran
disrespecting
around.
him. They disrespecting him.
I was going to ask y'all about that. Like, how y'all feel about him? Like, why is he still playing? Well, I don't know still, but why did he have him at guard instead of center?
I didn't get to watch the fourth quarter. I know in the first game he played fourth string center.
Yeah.
And he was the highest graded offensive lineman on the team.
Right.
So I said we need to move him up a notch at least. Maybe
So they moved him up, but they didn't. They put him at
They put him
guard.
somewhere else. They said, Key, we heard you. We heard you, Key, but this is what we're going to do. We don't want him at center.
You know what it is. And I asked my pop about this too today too. I said, is it a situation where coaches generally have an idea in their mind of who their ones are going to be before they even get to OTAs?
100%.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But to a degree, if you're the Eagles or if you're the 49ers or even the Bills 2 years ago, like, I get that. You know what I mean? Because like these are dudes that you're not going to move out of the way for anybody. Mm-hmm. But this team this year,
And that's my point.
nobody should have been set in stone.
That's my point.
If you were a coach, like you're a coach, this is your job to like put the best people. Like if you see like, okay, he's the number one, he's the number two, and you see him like, oh snap, hold up, yeah,
But see, that's
right, because you see,
Yeah.
man, he nice. Why wouldn't you challenge them or elevate to see, hey, maybe you could put some pressure on that number one, like, hey,
Exactly.
he right behind you, bro. Like you better show me some
They
stuff,
didn't
or you're gonna
listen
be
to
out.
Migos, man. They never
what?
listen to Migos. They don't walk it like they talk it. Because they always talk about availability. Talk about best man up. Iron sharpens iron. It's a competition. No, it's not. No, it's not. I challenge somebody to tell me under this regime in the last 3 years, somebody has taken somebody else's job at the last minute.
I mean, in the last 6 years, who's taken whose job?
It's probably it's been nothing from nothings that taking jobs.
Right.
But there's nobody that's been hot dog and said, you know what, you're screwed. Because if that happened, guess what? We wouldn't have these mental lapses that we have. We wouldn't have these missed tackles that we have.
But you know what the best part of having that kind of culture is, where anybody could take anybody's job? Guess what? If I draft a guy in the 6th round and he beats out Trey White for a number one corner spot,
Let's go.
now I got 2 great corners. Or if Trey White's got a problem with it, my man, you traded.
Right.
And I got something great for you.
Hey, y'all want him? First round pick.
Exactly.
He's a
There's
great
no
player.
downside to that.
He just don't want to be behind this dude.
Right.
Nothing wrong with him.
Right.
His Carfax is clean. You know,
Right.
and that's the part that I've been screaming since we started this show, and that's why with the quarterback situation, with the wide receiver situation, why is everybody why was Keon Coleman handed the X position on draft day and they say it's a competition? Which is it?
Exactly.
Which is it? Because you said both.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if you want him to be your X, make him your X. Don't put nobody else. MVS, you're not an X. Curtis Samuel, you're not an X. Don't even try it.
That's real quick. That's another example of like, what the heck is going on inside the building. Like, whose show is it really? Because if GM is saying, "Oh yeah, he's going to be our X," but then a day later, literally a day later, oh well, he's got to come in, he's got to earn his spot, and he's got to, like who had to talk?
That was
with
thrown
him?
in the back like,
Now, yo, do y'all think when they say that they're trying to hide their hand? Like they don't want to show people their hand by telling them, hey, he's definitely going to be an X or he's not. Like they're saying stuff to make people think and talk about it and not really showing them like, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Well, realistically, in this year's scheme, there are no positions. So
Right,
it
it's
wouldn't have mattered
ambiguous.
if they said that or not. You know what I'm
position
saying?
fluid. You can see
Right.
Tyler Grable playing tight end. Who knows?
Right. So why even bother retracting that statement and saying, well, he's got to come in and earn his spot? Like, you already said he's the X. Who cares? You don't have wide receiver positions anyway.
But this is my thing. To your point, he was the 7th wide receiver taken off. We knew you're our first draft pick. You ain't taking no backup.
the highest wide receiver we've ever taken in
and
the
he's
draft.
going to be a backup? No.
Right.
Nobody's falling for that BS.
Exactly.
Right.
Ain't nobody, so we know what he is. Just put him there.
Right.
Because I always said it about offensive line. You want your best 5. Identify your best 5. Cement.
Yep.
Cement, because they got to play with each other. Because I don't know if you watched the game. I had it in my notes. I had Cromer. He's playing. He's got his guys playing. The next line down. Oh, Alec Anderson just got Trubisky sacked. Then I had another line. Oh, snap. Osiris Torrance missed the stunt. Oh, snap. What is Edwards doing? Because Edwards just gave up 2 quarterback hits. Oh, snap. Deion Dawkins whiffed. You know why, though? They're not getting Conor McGovern got beat mano a mano for the first quarterback hit. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was bad. He just chopped him in his neck and he fell down.
Yep.
But after that, it was trickery, which means communication. What do they always say? I want to know how he calls and how he calls the switch, how he calls the stunts, how he calls the delay. What are your calls? What do you sound like? What do you feel like? How do you block? That's what you need to do when you're doing preseason. That's why when I said, Josh, it matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't care that he throws 300 yards.
Right.
I don't care that he completes a pass. I don't care if he throws 6 interceptions. I want him on film.
Right.
So he can look and say, if they watch film like they say they do,
Right.
I want him, Dorsey says, okay, Keon Coleman is the hot right here. Fine. Or Samuel's the first read. Throw it to Samuel. Intercept it. You know what? Scratch that. Let's look and see if Kincaid can be your first read. And let's try that. And that's what you put on film. But they don't do that because they're too much of a chicken-ish to put their starters in a little bit of trickle. They don't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. White Towns King asks, are the Bills carrying 9 O-linemen this season?
What do they normally carry?
6 or 7 if like.
Yeah, 7.
So they got 5 and 2 guys to swing.
Usually 5 and 2 in the swings. 2 swings.
They might.
They might have to carry 8 this season.
They might carry 8.
That's it. And that's a tragedy.
I can't see Vandermark or Grable getting away. They still got Garage.
I could see
Garage
him
might
cut.
be able to make it to the practice
Yeah, he's
squad.
going to make the practice squad. Bills, no.
Van Pran, they can't let go. So Vandermark, Grable, and Van Pran are
Those are the
backups.
3?
Yeah.
So obviously your starters, Deion Dawkins, David Edwards right now, Conor McGovern, Osiris Torrance, Spencer Brown. Then behind him you have Ryan Vandermark, Lyle Collins,
What?
Van Pran Granger, Alec Anderson, Tylen Grable, Richard Garage, Kevin Jarvis, Will Clapp, Gunnar Britton, Travis Clayton, Mike Edwards, the offensive Mike Edwards, and Keaton Bills. So if you're
Yo, Leo Collins can't make the team, dude.
No, he's not. He's
I
not.
don't think so.
He's not going to make.
But I just read it in the spirit of that. Who are you keeping? I don't think Will Clapp is going to make the team. I don't see Kevin Jarvis making the team.
Yeah, not if they keep an 8.
No, Keaton Bill. I don't see him. I don't see anything on film that they even warrant even a consideration. Even if they, because they were saying, "Oh, Claypool, we could keep 6 if we could keep this guy or that guy." But there's nobody in this offensive line room that I can say, "Oh man, we got to figure out how to make another spot for him."
Right.
So I think 7 people is about right.
So who's
and
so,
Alec Anderson?
So out of the 3 that A name, who's the odd man out?
What 3 he named?
So wait. Do you think we should include Alec Anderson in all this?
Yeah, he's Alec Anderson. So that'd be so it'd be Alec Anderson.
So that would be 9.
No,
that's probably why White Towns King is saying
it'd be
that.
8.
Huh?
It'd be 8 because Alec Anderson.
No, because you got the 2. You got Vandermark.
Oh yeah, that would be 9.
Vandermark, Grable, Van
But
Pran
then
Granger.
again, you don't need. Do you need Vandermark if Grable's coming along? Because they got Grable playing guard too. They got him playing guard. Alec Anderson plays guard and center. Grable plays. He plays guard and tackle.
Yeah, but you can't with how well he Vandermark played last year and how well he's doing this year. I don't think he'll make it to the practice squad.
I mean, honestly, I don't care about that. Not saying anything inverse about the point, but I think SV character. He's gonna make the team. That's your guard center. I don't know why.
I mean, they do seem to love Alec Anderson. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's a lot. He's a lot.
Okay, so
it's
you would have to carry 9 if you're going to keep Vandermark on the team.
If you're going to keep Vandermark, yeah. Dang. Or
unless they think Tylen Grable can make it to the practice.
Which there's no way if anybody watches film, he's not making it.
Yeah, right.
I would be more inclined to put Vandermark on the practice squad only because he is 26 and he has not been anywhere but Buffalo ever since being released from Indy.
Do it see how many years he played?
He's got 2 years of experience, but he got picked up in Indy in 22, waived in 22, and then he was on the practice squad 8-22, and then that was
because I heard somebody say if you've been in the league for more than 4 years, you have people just
you got to be protected.
Yeah, they can't just pick you off so for example, let's say he had 4 years in and they put him on practice squad, a team couldn't be able to poach him.
You can protect him.
You can protect him, but if somebody got less than 4 years, they fair game.
Yeah.
So, and he's only got 2 years of NFL experience.
And I think you actually have to play 4 years.
Do you?
Think it's just 4 years. I think.
So you got to play for 4 years.
I think you have to have on a active roster.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that part, but where's Sal Capaccio? So, But yeah, it's just a slippery slope, man. You know, the offensive line. I think the locks are obviously Alec Anderson. They love him.
Van
Frank Granger for sure. I mean, I would probably be more inclined to say David Edwards be cut before any of the other ones. That'd be the one.
Who's starting at guard then?
Edwards, right?
If
If David Edwards.
If he's gone,
that is their starter right now.
Before one of those three that we mentioned, I think David Edwards would be the one. He hasn't been good, and you still could do. You could do Alec Anderson as a guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do Alec Anderson.
He could be a guard. Tylen Grable has been a guard. They have him playing guard too. So, I mean, it's not cute, but I would rather put Tylen Grable at guard if I had to, because he's young and he's still learning. He's athletic, and they seem to pull a lot. I don't know if you guys know this, but they pulled a lot.
Yeah,
and
more so with the tackles this year than anything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to the point where Spencer didn't know who he was hitting at some point. I'm like, he's just looking around for somebody to hit. I'm like, So I think it's going to be fun to watch the offensive line block. And people talking about Ray Davis. All the running backs got off.
All the running, except for I would say not including the first line, the starter O line. Second and third, them boys was eating on ground, bro.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They was eating. What's my man name? Darrington Evans
He
got
got a big
off.
one.
Ray Davis.
Bro, they was getting it.
And I was going to say, I had it in my notes. Darrington Evans, where is it? Darrington Evans, he had a big run, and then the next run was a bad run. But I think that one was the one that, Alec Anderson completely missed his block.
Yeah.
The guy got off the line before Alec Anderson got out of the stance.
And mind you,
At center or guard?
Center.
and mind you, when they were running that, they literally calling run plays 7 times in a row.
Right.
So the defense knew it was coming. Everybody in the stadium knew it was coming.
Did you
They're
pick up
gonna
the
run
other
it again.
tail?
What?
Did you pick up the other tail?
What?
Shavers. Shavers was playing tight behind whatever side they were running. He was playing behind the tackle, whatever side they were running. Yeah, the whole time. I was like, what's going left? Because Shavers is standing right there.
And they kept. I'm like, yo, really? I get it. It's preseason's vanilla, but you really just gonna call 8 runs in a row?
Yeah, because Danucci's only been there for
Here
3
you go.
days.
Right. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. They said they got him in, they got him signed, and all right, we on a flight to Pittsburgh.
No.
Right. Wow, Steve is getting shot at.
Yo,
Which one? It better not be Noble. Because if
really
Noble's
think
getting shot at,
Noble will
Steve Lynn
ever
shooting
get
at
shot
him.
at?
No, if Noble's getting shot at, Steve Lynn is shooting at him.
No, I mean, so Laura said, Steve Lynn, how does going into the season with no hope feel must suck? Lindsay said, since when do we win pretty? We have always played and won gritty, nothing new. Go with a team like Miami, win pretty, but go nowhere when the chips are down. Because you sound like a Dolphins or Cowboys fan. Steve said, I have hope that McDermott gets fired, and when we get the talent to take this team to the next level, I'll be cheering for the fall of all false narratives. Down with Tua, down with McDermott and process. I love it. 100%. Listen. I know I probably don't have to say this, but to your point, Lindsay, in 2020 and 2021, I mean, we were winning pretty. It looked good.
we was averaging 30 points a game.
Right.
It's so perverse. I'm like, what is going on in 2020? I was like, yo, this ain't right.
We was smashing people.
Yeah, we were. It wasn't even opposed.
Imagine having that every year.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we want back. That's the point when the city had a real shot at being able to brag to everybody, and then the 13 seconds game happened, and that all went away. Mm-hmm. We lost that ability when we lost our offensive coordinator, pretty much.
You know what's funny about the 13 seconds? Everybody's watching that game. After everybody, I know the whole city was crushed, but a couple of days later, it's yo, them boys nasty, man.
Yeah.
Them boys could compete.
Everybody was
them
saying
boys
it.
could compete, man.
Exactly.
We got a squad, man.
Because they ain't never see it before. They're like, where are they gonna go from here?
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
They said, where are we going from here? But we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's where I fall apart. And when I say anything less than this is a failure, we got to the playoffs failure. Because we got Josh, remember?
Right.
How much do you want this guy to do? So, I mean, in talking about the game, that was the most vanilla game I've ever seen in my life. I didn't expect anything special, but this vanilla offense is trash.
That it didn't even look like a college game, like a high school game.
It was like, just do stuff. Just go out there and do stuff. I don't know.
Yo, I saw an episode. Let me think about this. I saw an episode of Hard Knocks with the Bears. Mm-hmm. Yo, the game. I don't know which episode this was, but it was the episode right before they played the Bills. They was interviewing Keenan Allen. Mm-hmm. They said, "Yo, how you feel about Jalen Johnson?" He said, "Yo, I haven't caught a pass on him all camp." Mm-hmm. And they showed multiple reps. He has yet, Aramis, he's yet to catch a ball in practice at any type of capacity on Jalen Johnson.
Which receiver is this?
Keenan Allen.
Wow. Wow.
So my thing is Jalen Johnson, is he the next Darrelle Revis?
He's nice. He's You have to be, and my pop told me this, in order to be good at zone, you have to be good at man too, to any degree. You have to be able to play man in order to be good at zone. Like they go hand in hand, but the better you are at man, the better you'll be in zone. But I don't know. I mean, he's a young guy. I think he's 26?
Yeah.
But it's possible. I mean, I think right now Sauce Gardner still holds that title.
You think so?
Well, it's Sauce Gardner and it's who's the other guy?
You talking about
the guy in Denver?
Surtain?
Yeah, Patrick Surtain. Yeah, but he's widely regarded as the best corner in the league right now.
Patrick Surtain. Who got him? No, I'm joking.
But yeah, I think for Jalen Johnson to kind of take that step, first and foremost, he's got much better competition to practice against now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I think last year was the first year of having DJ Moore, which is when everybody started noticing Jalen Johnson in the first place. Yeah. So that speaks to him, consistently growing. So yeah, I mean, I think if he has another good season, I would put him in that top 3, top 5 conversation.
So like overall, I can see Sauce Gardner overall, but to me, like besides like Deion, the best cornerback that I've ever seen play has got to be Darrelle Revis, because he literally put people like, you couldn't do nothing on that dude, minus Stevie Johnson, but everybody else,
right.
Like,
got that one person
bro, everybody else, like, like the greats, he locked them down. I'm like, this dude is a beast. I see more of that in Johnson than any other cornerback. So he probably not there right now, but I think he could get there.
See,
I think he could definitely get there.
This is my standard. And when people, they know I'm going to say this. If they would have came up with a press release and said the Bills signed Jalen Johnson to $20 million, I would have smiled. The reason why I say that is because that's the kind of player you get that kind of money to. Not Von Miller's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, that's what the Bills do. They always give it to the guy that's done it at some point.
Right.
Not a guy that's still doing it.
Right.
See, this a young guy at 26 is when you usually get your first real contract. The Bills don't offer 26-year-olds real contracts unless your name's Josh Allen. They discourage you, or you take a AJ Epinesa contract. Mm-hmm. You get a small deal because we kept you under wraps. We made sure we kept that tarp on you so we can re-sign you what we want to re-sign you to.
Right.
Tell you that you're good, but you're not that guy.
Yeah.
And hope that you fall for it. Not like Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe said, I ain't did nothing in Buffalo really, but I know my worth. Tremaine Edmonds, I know my worth.
Right.
Yeah.
They couldn't pull the wool over those guys' eyes.
And I feel like if we draft them and raise them up, we think we can get the hometown discount.
Right.
Bro, we drafted you. We came in, you're like, come on, man. Cut us a break. Give us a little discount.
Yeah.
No.
Because Milano did it. And you see why Milano did it. His body was a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think they will do that though for a player they didn't draft it. Like, for example, like a Brandon Ayuk. Like if there's a up and coming player who's not on our team that wouldn't draft it, I think they would play top. If they had the money, they'll play top dollar for them. But absolutely, if we draft them, nope, they gonna because they want you to take the hometown discount. Figure, man, we gave you your opportunity to come in the NFL. You excelled. We're proud of you. Now sign right here. Nah.
Like that is 6. Where's the 1?
How many digits is that? Nah, y'all missing some zeros.
Nah,
bro.
that's supposed to be 10 digits. That's what
And
10
this
digits,
is my thing, man. If you got it, give it to him. He earned it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like these players put their everything on the line, bro, for this team. Like, and how you not reward them with give them the dough?
See, my thing with that, I can understand Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano. We got to pay one. We can't pay both.
Right.
But when you can do it, don't just lowball for what we're gonna do down the line when we sign Kareem Jackson. I'm sure glad we got rid of freaking Tremaine Edmonds because that money sure got us Kareem Jackson. That money sure got us Mike Edwards. That money sure got us Taylor Rapp. Thank God for Jim Overdorf. I know I talk about all the time, but why do you think Overdorf has to work so hard? What other financial guy do you know? This guy's been doing contracts since 1986. No lie. And he's running out of options.
He wrote the book on contracts.
When he retires, you know they screwed everything up. Because I can't do no more for him. Yeah. I can't fudge these numbers no more. Yeah, there's no more fudging to do.
Yeah,
he got to drink the Dookie juice.
Lindsay says, I'm with you 100%. I hope Bean will just say, F it, roll the dice, and trade for Ayuk.
Ain't no dice to roll. That's the problem.
I know.
There's
no way we
can. They said we can get him next year. If he hold off.
Yeah.
And let's say they sign the 5-year option and then get out next year. They're saying that we could possibly get him.
I want to know how. I just want to know how.
But I don't want him next year. I want CD if it's like that. Like if CD don't get paid and he hold out. I'll take CD Lamb over Brandon Ayuk any day.
Yeah, Ayuk is like just because he's
now.
available.
What if? How much you think is CD gonna ask for? Like top, like 30?
Yeah.
See, I think
he's gonna ask for top.
I think you can get Brandon for 20.
He wants 27. No, he wants 27 from San Fran.
What? They would give him 20. I think they would give him 20.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they agreed to 27,
and he won't take it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like they gonna.
So he don't want the 20.
No, he don't want the 20.
He wants more than 27.
He wants CD Lamb money?
Yes.
Come on, man.
You
got to be smart. You want to be on the same level with Marvin.
Don't get me wrong. Now listen, don't get me wrong. Ayuk is good. He's nice. He could separate. He got all the attributes. He's nice.
Yeah.
But come on, man. You ain't gonna take this one.
You see how he changed his mind on this dude?
23.
He's like, you ain't never gonna give him CD. You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it.
But you know what though? He's probably looking at it like how we would look at it from an analytical standpoint, right? We know Deebo Samuel doesn't really get used like a real wide receiver all the time. Right. You know what I mean? He's a running back. He's a tight end sometimes. Then he might be a wide receiver. Like he's a Swiss Army knife, right?
Yep.
Ayuk the whole entire time has been a wide receiver, making plays down the field, shaking people off, making plays. Like that's probably what he's looking at. Like, yo, I'm really your number one wide receiver. Yeah, that's a gadget guy you got over there.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it's his agent, but they said his mindset is like this: I'm doing this, and y'all not even scheming plays for me.
Exactly. Yep.
Y'all scheming plays for McCaffrey and Kittle and Debo.
Yep.
I'm over here doing.
I'm getting these numbers, not even like playing. So just imagine if you were scheming to me what I could do.
Exactly.
So I think he's like I said, don't get me wrong. He is a very, very talented wide receiver, but come on, man.
Tough, man.
Come on, man.
Put him and CD
That's CD
next
Lamb money, man.
He's
Come
never had
on.
more than 78 catches in the season. His market value is 27.5.
That's what I'm saying, man. Take the 25, dog. Meet me in the middle.
Hometown discount.
Meet me in the middle. Meet me in the middle.
Yeah, but you know what too though, like, and like if you think about it like this, from the agent standpoint, if he's hearing that other teams would, like the Steelers, would be willing to pay him that.
Yeah.
You know, to give him the 30 or even just a 29.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reset the market again. He would be the highest paid wide receiver. Wait, I'm sorry.
No,
Jefferson would still be the highest paid, right?
Yeah, Jefferson. Yeah.
But I mean, you'd be the second highest paid wide receiver in the league until CD gets paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the Steelers are willing to do that, or if his agent has heard that there's another team that you know would pay him that, I'm sure he's telling this guy, look, you're gonna get your money. If you want to hold out, we can make that happen.
Yeah.
You know, if you just want to sign a franchise, well, he can't sign a franchise deal anymore, can he?
He can, but the only issue is San Fran put a stipulation on it. So the trade, you got to give. So first of all, you got to pay him. Plus, you got to give him a first round pick. They're like, I ain't doing that.
Like, why should I?
So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So they saying that if he just play on the 5th-year option, next year teams wouldn't mind paying him without having to give you the first round.
Right. If I'm gonna pay him, then I'll give you a third round.
I'm gonna pay you anyway.
Exactly.
I'm not about to pay you and give them a first round. No.
Right.
And I'll tell you right now, the top 10 receivers in free agency next year, Stephon Diggs. I wonder if he'll come. T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins,
Yeah.
Mike Williams, Robert Woods. That's the top 10.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the top 10. So
Hold on. Say that one more time.
I'll say it for you again. Robert Woods, Mike Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, and Steph Diggs.
Honestly,
T. Higgins.
that's it.
I know.
I don't want none of no disrespect to them. They good, but they on the other side of the fence.
Yep.
I mean, I know that's my point.
I'll take Higgins all day.
And right now they're saying Higgins his market value is 19.7, which
That's
I
it?
don't believe it.
That's a steal.
It is a steal, but that's why it's imperative to draft wide receivers.
Right.
And this is the year where the guy from Arizona, I forget I can't say his first name, but he's like 6'3", 230. He runs a 4.3.
He ain't better than Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, we don't know because Marvin Harrison Jr. in Buffalo is the top dog. You ain't got to prove nothing. But I mean, you got all these draft picks. Why are you not packaging something to move all the way up as far as you can? Because you got Josh Allen, you got Keon Coleman. Can I ask you this? I know we got to close.
Yeah, but
can I ask you this
real quick? In order to
Go.
do that, they would have to spend the money to pay for that first round pick.
that capital?
have it all
That's a
like
mother sucker. So let me ask you this: the Keon Coleman end zone play, we'll say,
Which one?
the drop
Last game?
this past game. What did you think of that?
I think it was a bad thrown ball.
Hit him in the hands though.
But it's still
Hit him in the hands though.
Well, he reached and tried to catch it.
No, he alligator armed it. He did alligator arm. He didn't go.
So-
with his,
Bruh, hitting
Bro,
off,
yeah, he was fully
full
out. He was fully
extension.
out.
He was full
He was
extension.
fully out.
Hey, I'm just saying what me and Joe Marino said.
So it happened quick too. So boom, he went, bow.
Right.
What did you say, Mel?
I think he was worried about the hit.
Yes, I agree with
I'm
that.
From a wide receiver standpoint, I think he was worried about
But
that
he
hit.
didn't alligator arm it because
No,
of the hit. He reached and tried to catch it, but I think his feet didn't follow through.
Again. What's with this man's feet? He needed earth with Mack
He,
Hollins.
he is.
Well, he needed earth more.
We got photos. We got
He better,
proof.
I put it on Twitter. He better ground some more
Listen,
because
His
you
toes got
told me
spread
his
open
feet-
further. He got spread open a little bit.
He got to whip him out. You told me the last game his feet were tangled up with who was it?
Jalen Johnson.
Wow, we just talked about this guy. So he got tangled up with him in that game. Now he couldn't get his feet together in this game. This man need to take his shoes off.
No.
He got a ground or earth or
I mean,
whatever you said.
I get your point. I just I don't. We don't know where the ball was supposed to be on that route.
Not
Like,
where
yeah,
it was, I can
it's
tell you that.
huh?
I said not where it was. I can tell you that.
Right. But again, we have to know: did Coleman run the route the right way? Was he did he have the right spacing? Was he at the right spot? Did he get off the line fast enough? Like, there's all these factors that go into why the play didn't work. But I think there's no denying Coleman tried to catch that ball. I mean, his arms are fully extended. Maybe he could have taken an additional step or just kept trying to run, but you could see his body weight start to drop as he leans to get the ball because he knew the hit was coming. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, to be perfectly honest, that's one of the things that I would take the preseason pledge on because we know the dude can catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
What I don't want to see is him pulling a Sammy Watkins in the preseason and trying to be tough and getting banged in the ribs and done for pretty much the season because he's hurt all year.
Right.
Yeah.
From a wide receiver perspective, honest opinion, he should have came down with the catch. Overall, he should have. However, however, I do believe he didn't expect the ball to be thrown because you could tell, like what A said, it was awkward when he went out. It wasn't fluid. Like he wasn't in motion like boom. It was like, oh.
Right.
Right? And I think he was worried about he about to tear me up
Right.
because Trubisky kind of let him out for dry, like
Yes.
bro.
So what
Yes.
you're saying right now is that reps matter, timing matters, and consistency matters, and familiarity matters. That's what you're saying?
I will say if
Sean McDermott disagrees with you.
I
I
will
know.
say though, if Allen was in there, that would have been a touchdown.
You sure?
It would have been in the right spot, yeah, for sure.
You sure? It's a
Because
touchdown?
I think it would have been. Well, put it this way: the ball would have been thrown way better.
Well, that's not-
I think it
I'm
would have
not-
been here instead of out here.
Well, what
where
I'm
he could
getting
just
at,
pow.
I think what I'm getting at is this, and in theory, yes, I believe that as well. But Trubisky is an NFL quarterback too. Trubisky has been a starter. Trubisky is decent. People say he sucks. My point is not Trubisky. My point is the reps, the lack of familiarity, the lack of live balls, live bullets being flown.
important.
That's what we're. And then when we get to week 1, week 2, like, oh, we gotta get the rust off. No.
No, but if you listen to Joe Brady talk, he's giving you the information you need for that point right there, which is and I'm referring to this most recent presser that he just did, where he talks about the importance that they put on practices.
Mm-hmm.
Most of what they look for, most of the work that they do to try to get all that stuff down happens in practice.
Mm-hmm.
The game is more so getting the younger players, the third stringers and the second stringers that the people that they don't know are, whether or not they're going to make the team. Right. Go get that experience. Go get a feel for the game and all that kind of stuff. Everything else that has to deal with timing and scheme and all that kind of stuff, they're doing it in practice. They put more, my point is, they put more emphasis and more weight on what happens in practice than what happens in the games.
It shows.
Yeah,
and the reason, and this is why I'm kind of almost a double entendre, because if we're gonna bag on Trubisky for missing passes look horrible, we got to ask ourselves why. You just answered it.
Yeah,
he doesn't practice with those guys.
Yep.
Exactly.
They don't practice with him. So when you're telling me that these guys got to go to battle with somebody that they're not used to, it's not on Trubisky. We don't have a number 2 issue per se. Obviously, if Trubisky's got to start 17 games this year, we're not going to see 18. But the point is, he's not going to fall flat on his face like I believe Kyle Allen would have. He's got tools that those guys didn't have. He has tools that Case Keenum didn't have. I don't care about Case Keenum being the all-time yards in college, all-time. I don't care about none of that. In the pros, what did Case Keenum do?
Right.
Jack nothing.
Right.
What did Kyle Allen do? Nothing. Mr. Trubisky has been a starter.
Yep.
He's led a team to mediocrity, we'll say at least.
Right.
And I say that, not even tongue in cheek. There's nothing to worry about when you think about practice.
Yeah.
The bullets are not flying in practice when he's not practicing with the guys that he's shooting with.
And that is crucial for a quarterback and wide receiver relationship. You got to get that time.
It's
in.
huge.
You got to get it. You
It's
have
huge.
to.
And that's why I say Keon Coleman has to be the X. Solidified or not.
That way he has those constant reps, those constant with
Yes.
Josh and Trubisky, just
Yes.
in case, because
Yes.
never know.
Yes. Yeah.
I need to get my time with you too.
Yep.
I got to see what your speed at. Where do you want to put the ball?
Yep.
It's important.
And that's very important. People overlook it. They don't think about, they're pros. They do. No.
That's another thing. People think that just because you play football, like, oh yeah, just go. Like, nah, man,
It
it's a
doesn't
lot
work
that
that
goes
way.
into it. You just can't show up to practice like, oh yeah, we're good.
There's a reason why they watch 5 hours of film a day, go to meetings all day, and practice all. There's a reason for this.
Yeah.
It's not just to pay them $1 million. It's because this is important. And they always, it's hard to win in the NFL. Screw all that nonsense. It's hard to win. We know that. But this is not college where UB's playing against Notre Dame. There's not that much there shouldn't be that much of a disparity.
Right, right.
Because you're getting the money. You get the same salary cap everybody else has.
Yep.
There's 31 other jobs out there.
The same thing's
You're
on the
getting
line.
talent.
You playing for your family just like everybody else playing.
The best of the best.
You,
Playing
guess
for your
what?
family.
My kids gonna eat. If I gotta take, hey, bro, this ain't personal, but my kids gotta eat, bro. So it's coming.
I'm not worried about you because I'm worried about mine.
Right.
I mean, I'm worried about y'all over there. Don't worry about that. Y'all good. Y'all cool. But the rest of them, nah.
Real quick, Roy says, I think there's too much hype for Coleman. Folks aren't going to be happy at season's end when he has 650 yards receiving with 5 TDs.
And Roy, that's what I said.
I mean, if Kincaid has 1,000 and Shakir has 1,000, I
I'm
think
cool
they're
with
cool
that.
with it.
I don't
yeah.
think it matters. I don't think it
You don't think it matters?
No, I don't think it matters.
People are not gonna see the disparity. Like, oh, well, he's getting all the targets. They want Keon Coleman to pop.
Because of the jacket. because of now the earthing, because of now I can be the best. What do you say? I'm not worried about Stephon or Gabe. I can only be Keon.
Yeah.
Eat this up.
Yeah.
Now for the guy, this is Buffalo mentality. Now for the guy that we rallied behind, you got to go out there and do work.
Yep.
And if you don't, you're trash.
Yep. Oh man, I put all my heart stock and all watching you, and then you just disappointed me because you didn't do what I want you to do.
4 years, what 1,100 plus yards in 4 years?
Yep.
100 catches every year.
Yep.
And all people talk about is one thing: they dropped last year.
And this.
Well, they ain't talk about that no more. Unless they're trying to reference why the drop was so bad.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and that's the thing. They only care about what they care about.
Yep.
And I hate that about it, and it makes me sick.
Yeah. Last comment here. Steve
sir.
says Coleman is a more athletic Davis. It's what his numbers and testing says. He's a good number 2 for a defensive mind like McDermott. That's good enough. If you want better and points, offensive mind coach.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. There can't be Steve Lynn. It's got to be Steve Noble.
Think so?
It's got to be. It was too nice.
Too nice.
It was too nice.
Whoever Steve Lynn and not Steve Noble, bro.
It was Steve Lynn.
Balderdash. Balderdash.
I promise you it is. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we can be reasonable, you know what I'm saying? But listen, when people ain't representing this thing the right way, it pisses us off.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. And I just never heard him say something like that before. Brother, turn my eye.
Yeah. Oh man, Laura said I love when Key don't got to worry about a job. Let's stream till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, we doing 6-hour draft.
Right.
Drafts.
We got child.
By the way, I'm 5 picks away from my pick now.
No,
So you hear about Friday.
5 more picks, guys.
30 hours, ladies and gentlemen. 30 hours until his next pick. Just so you're aware.
Well, it's not me. We got child labor laws in effect here. So we
Right. No, that's probably right.
Christine about to text me in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
what
now
boy is
you
that?
got to get out of here now. All right. The second you get a vacation. Jeez. All right. No, seriously. All right. Let's get you guys out of here. Thank you very much for everybody tuning
that was
in, man.
hilariously
This
fun.
is I love doing this with y'all boys, man.
I'm telling you.
All right. Volume down far enough. Let me see here. Bang. All right. So, if you are hearing that music, that means it is time to bizounce, right? So, here's what I need you to do. I need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. Make that thing
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
so you can get notifications when we send notifications, like we're doing a Tuesday show, right, Laura? Anyway, she gonna kill me in the
She's going
comments.
to kill you for sure.
Lindsay says she still got the hiccups, by the way. It's your fault. We'll do the Dookie Juice sponsored by Lindsay. Sponsored by Lindsay's hiccups. Listen. We are sponsored by Ree's Tea. I know you see this thing, and I know it looked good on the screen. It looked just as good, if not better, in person. Listen, this tea only has 4 ingredients. What I need you to do is next time you go to the store and next time you think about getting the tea, turn that thing around, look at how many ingredients is in that bad boy. I bet you it ain't 4. All right? You can get it right to your doorstep. Get in that description, hit that link, get yourself some right now so that you can start enjoying the best tasting tea in town. All right? Now, in terms of next show, we'll be back Friday? Friday?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Maybe.
Mac, maybe. Key, for sure. I'll be for sure. Nobody gets it.
Too impossible.
Anyway. No, but yeah, we'll be back Friday. Again, we like to open this thing up. I haven't said this in a while, but if there's any topics that you guys want to see us talk about, I was talking to a guy when I was driving Uber, and they do a podcast where they watch movies and stuff like that, but they'll have people give them movies to watch and then they want to watch the commentary.
I would love to do stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We are totally down for doing stuff like that. So please hop in the comments, hop in the wherever you want to contact us at. You know what I'm saying? My man Tabonius Lex hits me up on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So you can hit us up wherever and let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know what you want to see, and we down to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay. If anybody else has nothing, no?
You look worried.
Well,
I got nothing.
I am worried because I know if I open the floor, we might spend another.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Half an hour.
All right.
We're good.
All right, that'll work. All right, last but not least, Basketball Truth and Knowledge. My oldest son, Junior, our exiting producer and trainer to our new producers.
He's giving y'all the peace sign, even though y'all can't see him. Snatch the goggles
Got
off
his
first.
welding goggles on. Right. Basketball Truth and Knowledge is the podcast. Make sure you tap into that. All right. Anything basketball. Oh, you getting too much airtime now.
Gotta charge you. Gotta charge
Check
you.
them out. Show me some love.
All right, 3 new videos. He said he's got up there. So go ahead and check that out when you get a chance. With that being said, I think that's about everything, right? All right. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I have been your co-host. Wow. I have been
Who
your
are you?
co-host. I don't know. I've been your co-host, Aramis, I think.
Melly Mack.
This 40 keys.
Just get us out of here. So my English is terrible today. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Bruh, I have no idea. I'm your